Hello, my darlings. It is I, your host, Madam Tilly, and here are my friends.
Hello.
That's
Here's
Tito,
your friends.
and this other
I,
one is Punky the Alien.
I was waiting
Hello.
for normal
I
for
was
you to
too.
introduce us.
Uh,
She throws for a loop.
I know we've been bamboozled, Punky. I don't know how I'm gonna live now.
come to my streams, which are like 5 to 7 days a week, to see my boobs. Um, but welcome to the Waifu Tavern Frequency. And today we got the news for what was supposed to be like just mid because we had a lot of shit just happen in begin to mid October, but then Tito's internet fucked up, so we had to delay another week. Um,
Well, it wasn't in my internet. My cat bit into the wire that went from the wall to my router
uh,
and bit clean through it.
eh, sounds like a lack of training. Okay,
I
and
mean, I do got a spray that I've sprayed on there that is supposed to kind of, if anything that, like, if whatever I spray goes in their mouth, they're supposed to immediately spit it back up because it's supposed to be like real foul tasting. So, trying to get them to stop biting and everything didn't want to work at first. So I figured
chemical
try
warfare.
this.
It's just
I'm
negotiations
I'm
failed, so
leaning,
chemical warfare.
I'm leaning a little bit too close to the death guard.
Speaking of that, we joined the Space Marine 2. And yeah, I was joking earlier because today's kind of a busy period for me because all the games I like are having some kind of events. Yeah, it's like freaking Final Fantasy 14's like brought back Moogle Tomestones. Both Overwatch and Course Dead by Daylight are having Halloween events. Space Marine 2's got like a double requisite point weekend, and currently recorded on Helldivers Liberty Day. Uh,
WoW has two events going on right now. They're celebrating their 20th anniversary, so congrats to them for lasting for 20 fucking years. I'm surprised.
I'm
I
surprised
when I
they
read,
made it 15. It's
well, I've the whole time I'm like, it's been around that fucking long. Holy shit!
just,
But they're also doing their Halloween event as well, and it's basically going around the world trick or treating, uh, fighting the headless horseman.
okay, and see here. But yeah, and so as usual, I'm gonna drop these thumbnails for our friends to figure out what's going on. Some more obvious, some more vague, and then we just go shoot the shit and talk about the gaming industry of today and what has
Yeah.
it become. Uh, Thank you, Point Punky, for joining us. All right, let's see here.
I did just look because I was like, I'm curious about what the Helldivers one is.
Yeah.
The major order is to hold Super Earth until it expires, and it's got 2 hours left on it. And
So
you'll get a helmet, body armor, and a marksman rifle, and it's supposed to look more like Helldivers 1 stuff.
so by the
But
time we're done with this recording, we'll be able to collect.
yeah, I'm actually looking at the map right now to see what it actually looks like. Incoming message, Super Earth, blah blah blah. A few suggestions celebrating Liberty Day on the front lines. Don your favorite helmet and cape. Salute every member of your Super Destroyer. Create your pyrotechnics to show off your favorite planet. Kill as many enemies as you can. Well, it says right now it is 100% liberated. So, yeah, that's a thing.
Yeet. Oh, jeez.
But I just wanted to pop in and see what it was like on that. But I already have the armor that I use. I use the armor that gives me flame resistance and the helmet that looks like I'm a part of the Death Corps Krieg.
Okay, let's get into it. So, should I do like where I do the more obvious ones first, or should I just put them in some random order?
Mix it up a little bit.
Okay. And so, first off, well, we got two by the same I didn't realize I had to make two thumbnails, but this game showed up multiple times now in the past couple weeks. Okay.
What did Shop Citizen do now?
Hmm.
Well, Star Citizen is bringing out the age-old tradition of crunch. Yeah. And
Really?
yeah. You would say
That's kind of surprising because Star Citizen has been dragging their feet about getting their game to be in a game for
exactly.
a very long period of time. So
Well, over a decade.
Yeah,
sure, crunch.
it's basically now all it is basically you could buy this and get unique and special titles and everything. Like some of them are like, like one of them was like almost $100,000 basically. And I'm like, there's no reason for this.
Yeah, I guys, I heard reports like 16-hour days to like at least 6 days a week. Gotta be in the office. I think what they're doing is they're gonna I think they're gonna give them a whole bunch of vacation time, but it's only valid if they finish the game. Yeah. Otherwise, if they quit anytime before the game officially releases, they don't get any vacation time or bonuses or nothing. So you had to stay signed on for, I guess, the rest of your life. Yeah.
I mean, to a point, I understand that.
Yeah.
But like you said, 16-hour days and everything. I haven't had to work that since I was worked in the oil field.
Like, your kid could have been in kindergarten when this game started, and now they're in high school.
Yep.
Oh man.
It's ridiculous now.
Yeah. Oh, so this Queen Slug with the whip. Just, I really gotta stop the bullying among my kids.
Yeah, I was about to say, your kids talking about kids bullying people. Look at your kids. They're a bunch of war criminals.
Yeah. Man. And this one got a chuckle out of a couple friends. Guess what's going on in this one?
Sega and Nintendo, what are they added? What are they added again for?
No, I see it. You over there copying my homework? No. Slowly hide Sonic Party.
It's like, let me copy your homework. Okay, let me just change a couple things so it don't look the same.
Basically, what happened is things like, we're going to launch our very first, store, a live action, store, basically where you can actually go into the place and, buy their merch, instead of, like, ordering off a website.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, they haven't really opened up in the same building as the Nintendo live store. So basically, yeah, they're looking right across the aisle from each other.
Pretty cool, actually.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Now Nintendo has 3 like live stores, but still, like they open up the same exact fucking building as Nintendo.
That's
like
basically opening up a Burger King right across the street from a fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, there's some '90s kids who are like, fuck it, never ended. Can you imagine? I know I would be putting like little signs on my windows like Sega does, but Nintendo don't. Punky, which brand do you like better?
Oh, that's not fair. I enjoy my Sonic Team related games.
Yeah. Yeah,
Don't throw me on the bus like that.
Shadow Rays look pretty good.
Oh yeah,
I want it.
I'm looking forward to the Shadow movie. Hopefully they don't have do the same thing what they did with Knuckles and Wade, as it should have been called.
Yeah. Let's see. Here's one's kind of obvious.
What are they trying to bring back? StarCraft Ghost?
Kinda.
I see an Aquila and a Bolter. First person shooter StarCraft? Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, it's StarCraft. StarCraft Ghost is a game that never got released. It was hinted at. And I
Well,
think in StarCraft 1 or Brood War, it was hinted at a release, but it never got a release.
well, yeah, I'm aware of StarCraft Ghost. I just find it interesting that it's getting a second life.
Apparently, it's not even the second life; it's like the third life. But basically, they're saying we want to make a StarCraft first-person shooter, and everyone's like, "Sure you do." Yeah, okay.
Like, as someone who's been a Blizzard fan for years, I was like, yeah, I've heard this song before. Let's see if it actually finishes.
Oh man, it's like, yeah, give us, because basically they kind of gave us like a Nova DLC in StarCraft 2 to kind of make up for it, but yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah, when a lot of people were really upset of Ghost's cancellation, but like I said, I think they brought up Brood War.
Yeah.
The original expansion to StarCraft.
Right.
And that kind of smoothed it over, but at the same time, it was one of those things like, oh, we wanted to play, Nova.
Yeah, so Blizzard will believe we see it. At least you're doing better these years.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably come back to World of Warcraft with my income tax check. Because my income tax checks when I like to spend on like annual subscriptions.
Yeah.
So renew my gym membership, renew my Audible membership, my annual Crunchyroll. So might get like the World of Warcraft annual sub. Okay. Now this one is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 topics in one actually.
Oh damn.
Yeah. This particular set of people was getting the news so much, and we talk about them every fucking episode. Can you even guess before I even post the thumbnail?
Is it the employees from Sweet Baby?
No.
Okay, from Suicide Squad.
No, not WB.
Okay.
Lucky.
I honestly thought he spoke about Suicide Squad a lot every time we had podcasts.
There you go.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
yeah,
Ubisoft strike.
I know about this. Yeah, they're striking. It started off as a 3-day strike, and it was up to 700 people. And I think they're Montreal. They're HQ in Montreal, I want to say.
Yeah.
That was France.
Well, yeah, I couldn't remember because I know they have a base in Montreal, but it went as far as the ones in their I keep on saying base, their building in Italy as well. So I don't know how big it actually got, but yeah, it was started off to be a 3-day weekend of a 700 employee strike, and it eventually got to the point where the people in Italy were striking as well.
Yeah, like I originally wrote down Ubisoft may strike, and then when we had the delay, they actually struck. So,
oh yeah, no, it was one of those things like we would have had to course correct real hard.
Yeah. And the bottom left, basically that means is that Ubisoft is apparently not responding or not taking any criticism whatsoever. Even like constructive criticism, they're just not listening to it whatsoever. So they're taking like the mean people to heart. Like fuck it, we're not even gonna listen to people, even though it's like they need to listen to people.
Oh yeah. It's like listen to your customer base. Like you want to stay in business. Listen to them.
Yeah.
You can't, don't. At least hear them out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's at least the proper thing to do in business.
Yeah, it's like you gotta sift through the good and the bad here.
Yep. And you're not gonna make bangers every time.
And then on the bottom right, basically, it's all about Ubisoft's looking for a buyout.
Yeah. I think Tencent's still looking at them. Because I remember they were originally about to get a hostile takeover. They were about to use the French minority shareholder law as a way to basically do a hostile takeover to force out the current CEO. And I actually did get word that they pushed the release to Shadows back even further. Not by much though. It got
No.
pushed back to March.
Yeah, that's as far as they're technically allowed to push it back. Cause
March 15th, I want to say.
Yeah, it's like the first 3 months of the next year are still part of the last fiscal year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So I guess we can save money for us to get Monster Hunter. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's also one of those things like, if Shadows flops,
yeah,
Ubisoft is done. Like, they have not had a single hit all year. Like, as far as I know, they're still technically in very, very deep in the red.
Yeah, they're doing all right, but all right's not gonna make it.
No, you got to get back into the black if you're gonna actually keep going. But if you're in the red, it's not looking good.
And they need to focus on customer retention by just they're going to probably play it safe. Maybe do a remaster of things. There's a lot of old games that could be used.
There are talks of their what was it? The Ezio trilogy coming out.
Right.
If that launches clean, then they'll bite back some good faith.
Well, the problem is, I think a lot of the damage has been done. Especially about
You can say the same for what happened with Warcraft, Blizzard. Yeah, it's still floating and still standing.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, personally, I never really. The only Assassin's Creeds I liked was Black Flag and Valhalla. All the other ones, I was like, eh. But like, Far Cry was one of their flagships. That one, I can't remember when the last one came out. Not too horribly long ago. I don't think it was like Far Cry 6,
which I did love.
The only one I played was Primal, and I loved it because I just love the Primal caveman aesthetic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like Skull and Bones, apparently, you know, like, I heard like they sunk like 800 mil into that.
Yeah.
And no one's playing it.
Oh no, it's not a finished game.
No, it's basically a patch.
It's like a mobile game. You know, mechanics and things you can do in it. Like,
I know, it's like now, don't get me wrong, the ships look really good on that. I'm not going to deny that one bit. It looks pretty. But looks are not everything.
Like, if you fought fucking Sea of Thieves was bare bones at launch, holy shit, this even doesn't have bones.
Yeah. And, I mean, Sea of Thieves, now it's got content on content and everything.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to do all the content now.
Yeah, I remember all they had back there was skeletons and half a kraken.
Yep.
Yeah, their biggest, in my opinion, the thing that threw me off the most at Ubisoft was the fact of how they treated the Rocksmith franchise very recently. I haven't even got a chance to take a look at what they've done with Rocksmith Plus again. Oh God, I just know when I looked at that list of songs, and I think quotation marks around the word list.
Yeah.
It was so many kid songs. It was majority of the library. No, not Kids Bop. Literal kid songs.
Oh, what, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star?
The Wiggles.
Oh, gross.
It's kind of baffling. They're making like every wrong decision.
It's actually kind of amazing just watching it burn, you know?
Yeah.
That, and as far as I know, and a lot of people will agree with me on this one, the CEO did not do himself any fucking favor by saying gamers need to get comfortable with the idea of not owning their games. And then that's where the meme, if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't theft.
That's fair when you say it, but yeah, it's like, 'cause now even Steam's saying that, you know. But I feel like Steam's kind of being a little more chill about it, but like I guess the reality of it, but it's like we're not being dicks about it, is what they're saying.
I do know there's a story that released not horribly long ago, I think last week or the week before. It was basically a court case in California that basically says players of Steam have to basically agree to something, and it's only in California, and I don't know if it's going to spread everywhere else. I hope not.
Yeah, I should rebuy all my shit on GOG.
It's basically saying you are only buying the license to be able to play the game. You don't own said game.
It's actually been deployed to pretty much a majority of the users. You should have gotten an agreement at one point or another. Um, it doesn't, from a couple of people's breakdowns of it, it doesn't hold water. It really doesn't hold water.
It's
Um,
basically legal jargon to scare people.
it's the thing that was actually a positive out of that came out of it was they removed internal arbitration, so you can actually have a lawyer if anything happens when it comes to your stuff.
Yeah.
So that was a net positive when it comes to the whole thing. It already had a lot of this language for the longest time. It just when they decided to bring it forward and show their users, people paid attention.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like 9 times out of 10, these situations don't matter. You don't have to worry about looting your stuff. Steam's big enough and has plenty of fish in the sea for it to keep itself upright. But when it comes to smaller platforms like Ubisoft or EA's and Epic Game Store trying just literally throwing away games, you one of them's gonna have a problem, and it ain't gonna be the guy who has to. It ain't gonna be the team that has to develop 500,000 systems and games under a flag called Unreal.
I mean, I still think it was funny. Me and Tilly joked about it on the last episode that Ubisoft they're crashing so hard that now they're coming back to Steam to platform their games.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we're like,
Steam's
Lord Gaben doesn't have to do anything, and he still wins.
Yeah.
Steam's peer-to-peer getting things together has been easiest thing to develop for. You can ask any indie developer when it comes to trying to get players together. Aside from building the net code, Steam gives you a kit that makes it easy for the players to get together.
There's the man, Lord Gaben. Praise him.
That aside, to the next topic.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Sparking Zero.
Are they bringing it to Evo?
I'm not sure, but essentially Sparking, I'd like to say sparkling, is pretty much the #1 played fighting game, I guess, in history at the moment.
It's very popular.
Like more than the competition down there, and the only thing because currently, or at least at its peak, at over 120,000 current players at the same time. And the only thing that came close was Street Fighter 6 with like over 80,000 players.
My only gripe is it says it has over 180 characters, and the problem is a quarter of that are Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah.
It's every iteration of them as their own character instead of, you pick Vegeta and then, you were able to go through his transformations and everything.
Yeah, it's either one or the other, huh?
Yeah. No, I respectfully disagree when it comes to that as a problem situation, because designing movesets is the absolute pain in the rear. Me working on my stuff, I realize how I have to keep the tank character different, I have to keep the DPS character different, and if I have guest characters, I have to have that to make sure they're different enough and all their gear is different. I'm still struggling in development of my little RPG game, and I've realized, like, the more gear you start adding to the game, the more you create flexibility, and it's the same thing. Yeah, they should have trimmed the fat here and there, but you're not gonna have Ultra Instinct Goku being on a transformation list. It's a state. It's literally an on-off state. It'd be weird for it to be a transformation. Because then if it's a transformation, people are going to complain. It's like, oh, why is it not auto-dodging, even though I spent all this ki and mana or whatever the resource is for for the fighting game at the time, for this version of the game's resource. Why is he not automatically dodging for me so I can get in there and whoop on people? Because it's not a transformation that gives you a boost. It's a state. It's a move set.
Well, that'd be funny if like they just put all the Gokus into one character, so you can just keep transforming into Goku like 4 or God or Blue, and then once you get down to 0 hit points, then you go Ultra Instinct, so Goku would be totally broken. That'd be funny.
I mean,
they had a. Go ahead, man. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say it's like what I would have done, and from I've seen, like for Goku, it has like a different character for Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think 4 is in there. I can't remember. But
4 is in there.
Okay, 4 is in there, but it's like a different character for each transformation to Super Saiyan, like for that, I would have basically made it as like you have Goku goes base form that can use Kaioken and everything, and just do his basic form of moves, and then the version where it's like he could starts off with Super Saiyan, then go to 2, 3, 4.
They probably have Kid Goku and GT Kid Goku. Yeah, so
Yes, they do. They have kids.
so there's at least 8 to 10 Gokus, at least.
It's a big roster, which allows a lot of players to pick their fan favorites. I'm a fan of GT4 Goku. You can put me on the cross if you want. I will thoroughly enjoy it.
Super Saiyan 4 was actually a good design. I did like the design. I
People,
really wish they would have used that for God form, but that's just me.
People complain. I agree. The first half of GT is a try to return into the old days of Dragon Ball. You can't. The power scale is broken. You cannot do that anymore. Thing is, once they hit the 4, the baby series, and the Shenron, that's where it felt very DBZ-ish, and that's where the power scaling was. The problem, that's just a Dragon Ball problem all across the board.
Yeah, it's always like Piccolo was just left in the dust, so that's why they had to have the recent movie. Boop, okay, you're back up. Yeah. It was step up. Yeah.
I still love Broly.
Oh yeah. But so, I haven't really played Dragon Ball Z game since the PS2 generation. I think it's because 90% of what they do is fighting games, and so it gets very samey year after year. At least with both Warhammer and Final Fantasy, you can literally play in every different type of genre.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be an RPG, RTS, first-person shooter, third-person shooter, a tactical RPG. That works in so many different genres. Whereas DBZ, you get the side-scrolling fighter, the 3D arena fighter, and the occasional adventure type of game with some RPG mechanics. Yeah. Is that occasionally something else? But
they had go ahead.
Go on.
They had it wasn't really got. I think it got an American release at one point. It had the card battler, which was very interesting. I say card battle because it was kind of RPG-ish, and you have a kind of a deck built off your characters.
Oh, are you talking about Dragon Ball Heroes?
No, I haven't even talked about that one yet. There's Dragon Ball Heroes, the little phone game.
Well, I was talking about Dragon Ball Heroes. It's it had a card game, and it was he actually went to a kind of an arcade machine.
Yeah, it was a Dragon Ball RPG game. I'm just trying to remember it. It's the hard part.
I thought it was Heroes.
No, it's old. It's Saiyan Tetsu, basically the Super Saiyan saga, and then they had the old SNES game that was done by Bandai.
Yeah.
I would like to see something like that come back around because I think that could be really fun. I'm a huge RPG person. I greatly enjoy RPGs, and so it would be nice. We had a Dragon Ball Online for a while. I think it might still be around. I'm not sure.
Xenoverse was technically a semi-MMO.
Are you talking about the 16-bit web browser game?
No, I am talking about actual Dragon Ball Online.
I must have missed that one because I remember there was a RPG kind of game. It's you got to make your character, and if you made a Saiyan, you had a really really low chance of actually getting the legendary Super Saiyan.
Here.
And I remember it's if you try to transform into Super Saiyan way too early before you could do it, the transformation would actually kill you.
Huh.
I just sent you a link to it.
Yeah, I just saw that. Let me see.
But this definitely looks like a freedom-made website. But for a while I thought it'd be neat to kind of go through all the WWE games, and experience the different modes, the story modes and stuff. Just compare them all, a tier list. It actually might also be a fun experience just to go through all the Dragon Ball Z games as well.
I could do that because I'm fairly familiar. I remember getting the PlayStation 1. What was it called? I'll have to look it up. It's been a while since I've played it.
Yeah, it would. I wonder if my channel would be into that and all. But we'll see. I'll have to do some research.
Final Bout. That was it.
Yeah, Final Bout was a good time. I remember having a physical copy of that. Even though that game is jank incarnate.
Oh yeah, it was so bad.
It was not as bad as Ultimate Battle 22. Trust me.
Yeah, that was the worst. That game literally made me physically throw up.
Really?
Yeah, it was just so bad that I literally barfed like right directly on the floor.
Oh God, that's
Yeah.
bad.
Interesting. I'll have to hear the story about
I'm
that.
about to
That
say
is
I didn't know this.
surprising.
I was just
I'm about to
playing
say
the game.
me and Punky are in the same ship or same boat. We didn't know about this part of Tilly lore.
Yeah, no, the game was just so fucking bad. I just threw up just from you know. And then so like I think it might have been like a couple years ago. It was the morning of my birthday, and my friend decided to come over and surprise me. And I wake up and he's like, "Hey, got you a present, birthday buddy!" And he's holding Ultimate Battle 22 right in front of my face as I wake up, and I scream and scurry backwards up the wall like a fucking Spider-Man. Yeah.
I find that interesting. That is a very interesting visceral reaction because that game isn't that bad, but it does.
Surprise!
Unlocking things in that game was an absolute chore. You want to unlock Super Saiyan? Good luck. You want to unlock other characters? Good luck. It's a chore and a half. It was great. It had 3-on-3 battles, but
this was back before you had to pay to unlock everything.
Well, kids today don't remember though. They're like, "Oh, I need this, Mom. I need your credit card."
Oh yeah, it could have been worse.
That's a funny mental image of her just like skittering across the bed to get away from that game and just hissing at it.
Here's what Shenron looked in that game. One of the images of Shenron.
Oh, is that someone's dog or is that a Muppet?
It's a still caught from in the game. It doesn't look great.
No, that's from online.
No. That's from Ultimate Battle 22. Like here was the cool part of Ultimate Battle 22 was you could have 3-on-1 fights. The problem is that the fighting was it was okay.
I'm about to say, Tilly, don't look. You might get PTSD.
I'm actually literally having a gutter reaction right now.
The game was fairly short. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't easy to unlock. It was a chore.
Funky showed me that picture of Shenron. It's like, is that someone's dog or is that a Muppet or something?
Looks like Malbolgia from that Spawn movie.
Oh god, that is low budget Malbolgia. Or someone hit Violator with a can of gold paint.
And then you have like this little cool feature I thought was cool.
It's a little feature, alright. Damn.
Oh
Yeah,
shoot, that's a hold on. That's a bad.
Is that a feature for ants?
Me.
There we go.
If you did either I think it was AI versus each other, or there was a moment in the lapse of the storyline. It's been forever since I watched it. Since unfortunately it was never translated. It was never like the lines were never translated. They don't say anything in English, but they do color commentary when you're fighting, which I thought was kind of a cool little thing.
Okay, that's actually kind of neat. Like an announcer kind of thing. I kind of like that. It's kind of funny listening to announcers in some games.
Okay.
But I think a re-release of it would do, like a remake of it would do absolute wonders. Especially since you 3-on-3 combat, like, would be kind of cool to pull off.
Let's see here. Next topic.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll definitely look into research that some Dragon Ball. Because it's weird. It's like I feel like a lot of times I feel like I kind of grew out of Dragon Ball, but then it's like you like subconsciously like gravitate back towards it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, every now and again I'll pull up like Dragon Ball clips on YouTube and everything. I'm just like, okay, I kind of like it. I miss it a little bit.
And I kind of want to watch that Vegeta Final Flash again. That was pretty epic.
It was pretty good.
That's fine. Okay, this one is pretty outdated now, but this was kind of just wanted to do like a little positive saying we're like, you know what, Hispanic History Month just ended. Well, I just talk a little bit about some Hispanic, heroes and protagonists and stuff, in video games.
Oh, that's right. Miles is half. That's right, because he's half black, half Mexican. That's right.
I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's half. I don't know which version of Latin he is. Be it Mexican, Puerto Rican, or
Is that the Puerto Rican flag? I think so.
I can't.
We're showing our American. I greatly apologize.
I do know that they put and I think it was in Spider-Man 2. They had the wrong flag in there. I think they had like a Cuban flag in there. Yeah, that's a Puerto Rican flag.
Albeit, a lot of some flags look similar. Like I think it was like the Italy and the Irish flag are pretty similar, just like one different color or something. But it's like 3 stripes.
Yeah, some of the flags are just. I do applaud the simplicity of it. Some of them are just like 3 stripes or 2 different, a couple different colors.
Like our country's just gonna trademark the color yellow, cause fuck it, and stuff like that. It's just, So there's the more well-known ones like Guacamelee and Spider-Man Miles Morales. I can see a few more sadly I come with more side characters than main protagonists. So we gotta work on that. I know one game I kind of want to talk about just to promote. It hasn't come out yet, but it's called Bitter Silver. It's kind of like a detective, adventure visual novel type game, where it plays this one lady named Sophia LaCruz, and it's kind of like a Cowboy Bebop style story. Keep an eye for that. Yeah.
Not a film noir. I was thinking of something else, but I can't remember what style Bebop was technically in.
It was probably just like a space opera. That's what it was.
Yeah,
space opera.
Granted, I was more of a fan of Outlaw Star than I was Cowboy Bebop.
I think I like Outlaw Star a little bit. It's like they're both amazing. Outlaw Star's kind of like my favorites, but Cowboy Bebop's got that legacy. It's like because there's that saying you can't call yourself an anime fan if you haven't watched Cowboy Bebop. It's like it's kind of like The Godfather. If The Godfather's in the building, you got to go pay your respects.
Yeah, you got to pay your respects. You got to pay your respects to the Don.
Yeah.
And hope to the gods you do not insult them.
I bit down to kiss his ring and I farted. Oh no. That would be my luck.
When are you releasing this little podcast, if I may ask?
Probably the next couple of days.
Next couple days?
Do you need a specific day?
No, I just want. I was since we were talking about Guacamelee, I was gonna say it's on sale now. You probably should grab it as soon as possible. Sale ends in like 2 days.
Okay.
if it goes out in the next 2 days, if not, just cut that.
I did say this is we're recording on Liberty Day.
Yeah. Yep. October 26th.
I was pretty bad with getting around to editing these because I at one point I had recordings go back to April, and I didn't edit them until last month. Yeah. Anyways, it's like I moved houses since I recorded these.
Well, in your defense, you've been busy. Moving houses, dealing with a fucking hurricane.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think you get a pass for that. You had one event that you needed to do and something that was completely out of your control.
Word. Okay. But yeah, we love you, Hispanics, and we hope to see many, many more games starring you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, these next 2, actually next 3 are gonna be pretty obvious. But let's see. Bam.
Oh.
Emulations?
No.
Looks like Game Freak's got a problem with PCs.
Okay, maybe I was. I'll admit I was pretty lazy on this one, but
Okay.
Broken laptop, Game Freak.
Apparently there was the great Pokemon leak recently.
Oh, you
yeah,
could. You know
yeah.
what you could have done? You could have had a little like water dripping out of the laptop.
Yeah,
Okay, that would have been funny.
I was really lazy with that one, but
I heard something about it, but I didn't never get a chance to look deeper into it.
yeah,
So
some hackers, I guess, hacked Game Freak, and basically, they got like the source code to all the DS games. They got they had like pretty much like creator notes and stuff from like the originals, there was pretty much leaks for multiple shows, including live action shows and movies. The Next Detective Pikachu movie, like a lot was leaked. The biggest
damn.
Pokemon leak to history. And so we already know they're already. I said we won't go into this, but we already know they're targeting Pow World. So of course they're on the warpath to try to find the leakers and punish, people who get this information. So yeah. Pretty much, actually, you know what? Let me have a nice little Google here.
Actually, surprised you didn't want
Pokemon
to.
leak details.
I was wondering if you wanted to talk about the Typhlosion thing, because that's what a lot of people got like really focused in on. It was
I saw that and I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck is going on with Typhlosion? I thought a lot of people liked Typhlosion.
Well, okay, so
yes, but the soul-sucking Typhlosion.
right, yeah. So these leak files, known as the Terra Leak, reportedly contain source codes for past Pokemon games, code names for Nintendo's NES console and Gen 10 Pokemon games, references to an in-development Pokemon MMO, details on unreleased Detective Pikachu and other Pokemon movie sequels, information about a new anime series, numerous beta Pokemon designs and concept art, and internal discussions from design meetings. Additionally, these plans are for all new, all ages anime series produced by Studio Colorido. Colorido. So, yeah, so, like I said, a shitload got leaked. Yeah, so.
Yeah. The Typhlosion thing, yeah, it's here. I will link it, and I will leave our listeners. Sorry, I'm forced to say viewers, our listeners, the opportunity
video,
to dig into it.
Yeah.
But suffice to say,
did they sexify?
some of those Roll32 people with the Dittos.
Oh no.
Apparently, Game Freak beat you to the punch.
I don't even want to. But yeah.
You'll be okay there.
I say it's a bad year for Game Freak. So. All right. Speaking of studios.
Yeah, I saw this. Yeah, 343 got officially rebranded as Halo Studios.
How do we feel about this?
I honestly couldn't care. I'm not the biggest Halo fan. Halo
rebranded
died to me. Halo died for me years ago.
Sorry, hon.
Nah, like I'll play Halo. What is it? Halo. Fuck. I can't remember which one it was called. It's the one with like all the games 1, 2, 3, 4. The Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
Only because Dalton got that for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll play it every now and again with him because I like playing games with the morons. They're fun. But like, I really didn't care after 2.
Right.
But I also didn't have an Xbox. So it was one of those things like, oh, okay, Halo, oh, whoop-de-doo. Okay, I'm never going to play it. And then I hear about their 343 rebranding into Halo Studios. And I'm just like, meh, okay, it's another relabel.
Yeah, it's like, it's basically, it's kind of like, it looks a little more promising because they're trying to, I guess, do a remake of the first game. And they kind of want to go back to the roots instead of like build a custom. I think there's a lot of people. It's studios' problem is they all want to build their own fucking game engine and it's not working out. Just
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
stick with what Unreal, Unity, or a couple of those common ones, and because you got programmers who know how to use it and whatnot. Um,
Hmm.
yeah,
There's
because
an up there's an upside for building in-house, and there's an upside for taking Unreal. Unreal
yeah,
gives you a package, you build the top of the package, but it also means you might have to go with package deals. Building your own engine means you get to inject the code necessary to keep it safe, the code necessary that you know peer-to-peer verification or doing your own servers. It costs. It really is. Development's really just more money and sometimes time. Um, I have no fault with any studio that sits down and says, "Hey, we're going to do an in-house engine. This allows us to do this." And as long as they release a development kit, it's like, "Hey, you guys want to build something for us or build some cool player-made stuff? Here's the little kit that lets you do it." And
Yeah.
they kind of touched that window with Foundry. So rebranding plus the building their own stuff, that's fine in my book. I think it's uh, as long as they are customer focused and they are fan focused and don't like burn ships and burn good credit. I have no major issue with them. Rebranding. Cool. You're Halo. You stick to it. Don't blow it up and keep up the good work.
Don't do what what was it, the anime or the live action series did, where they just kept on having Master Chief take off his fucking helmet.
Oh, I have goofed here. When they rebranded it, they are shifting to the Unreal 5 engine. Well, crap.
and also like you had the Grifter Squad on Twitter. And like oh, it's gone woke. There's a black lady with purple hair working on the team. Yeah, like facepalm.
They just want to start. They just want to stir the pot at the weakest points. Or as the weakest way they can. There's literally other things you could be much more mad about.
Yeah. Like Halo's gay now. Master Chief's design's terrible.
Well, Master Chief's design has always been terrible.
I think that was the whole point because he was built off. I am blocky green dude with cool mirrored visor. You can't improve upon that because it's just like, all you can do is give it more textures, more bump maps, and that's it. You give it some shine, but it's still a the most worst designed military outfit you're ever going to give a main character. But he's so distinct that other people kind of had to copy it and go, well, we can't do squares, but we could do rounds for our big chunky dudes with the chain swords, or chain gun swords.
I was about to say, well, hot shit now. But you're talking about Gears of War. But no, it's like, I look at when I first saw Master Chief and everything, my first thought was like, okay, so you're trying to be Doomslayer or the Doom guy, but not fighting demons, you're fighting aliens.
Xenos and heretics and whatnot. But yeah, good luck with you. I'll eventually get around to playing the Master Chief Collection. I just put something a little interest in it, because especially if us looking to do like kind of like more Warhammer chats. Like I kind of felt like I kind of want to look into more sci-fi, so more like do some Halo, some more Mass Effect lore, and whatnot.
I never could get into Mass Effect. I tried, and I'm just like, if you like it, more power to you. I'm never gonna touch it.
It was like one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, I tried. I couldn't get into it.
All right, what else you got to throw at us?
I'm not gonna throw anybody at you. Okay.
We could throw a slug at Punky.
I meant topics.
Oh.
This. So you a slug?
Okay.
Okay.
You got me on this one.
Okay, I need context, and why is she eating a crayon?
Oh no, she likes to draw with crayons, especially red crayons.
Is that how she draws her battle plan when she's about to assault
Yes.
a fucking a bunker of something? She draws a plan in crayon?
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like when I was playing RoboCop, she was just like writing up fucking police tickets with the red crayons and stuff like that. It's just.
I'm not surprised. I'm really not. The only thing that would surprise me if she actually ate them, and even then, I wouldn't be horribly surprised.
All right, so what's the subject matter? You've got me stumped.
Well, PlayStation 5 Pro scalpers are charged ridiculous prices. Of course they are.
I mean, the price for itself is $700. You can't get much worse than that. What are they charging? $1,000?
Oh.
Try $3,000.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna pay that much for something, and it doesn't even have a disk drive or even a stand for it. I'm like,
Well,
fuck.
it's like this also counts for the anniversary bundle, which comes with disk drive and another controller. Woo.
Ooh, for what? For $1,000 redos?
Yeah.
Get your head out of the fucking sand, Sony.
I know. Yep. So and plus, then you gotta probably drop another 1,000 because you gotta buy all these games right now. PS5 Pro enhanced. Yeah.
I mean, if you bought your stuff digital, you wouldn't have your transition wouldn't be that as painful. But yeah, it is kind of ouch.
Well, the problem is there's a lot of people who have the physical copies of the games, and now they can't play them because so that's why a lot of people are still sticking around to their PS4s and everything. It's like, well, I can't play it on the PlayStation 5, so I'm just gonna play it on the PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4, so that way I don't have to buy it again.
Yeah, I recently picked up a physical copy of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, only to find out my PS5 was busted. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take the L and just wait for it to come out on PC next year.
There you go. Eventually, a lot of the flagship titles are gonna come to PC eventually, anyway.
The other part of this topic, though, is actually Japan's actually doing a pretty smart anti-scalper strategy.
What's the
You cannot pre-order the anniversary edition unless you have a PSN account with at least 30 hours of playtime.
It's pretty low amount of time.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd crank that up to.
I'd do a week.
I do a month.
What? You see, to leave the machines on?
A week's worth of time, it would be a month's worth of gameplay easily.
That's better than nothing. But Slug's making a killing.
Of course, she has to fund her war crime somehow. I mean, you can't.
And she just looks so sleazy with that fucking top hat.
She does. That, of course, she has fucking Reese's, and there's a bagel in there as well.
This is road carbs.
You can't fund a war crime on bagels and Reese's, Slug.
And that actually kind of also ties into Tilly lore a bit. I used to I bought multiple game consoles out of the back of a trunk.
I'm not surprised. I'm really not.
Jesus.
But yeah, there was this guy in the neighborhood. He would sell games and stuff out of the back of his trunk. You go by the name Shady.
Of course.
Yeah.
What else would you call him?
So I bought my original Xbox. I bought my Dreamcast. I think I bought a GameCube off him. I'm trying to remember what else. But I got quite a few consoles off of him. Yeah. And the one rule is you never ask where the stuff come from. It's like, well, he knows where I live, so I'm not gonna ask where this stuff comes from.
When they say don't ask where it came from, this was stolen.
Yeah, so you just pull it right into my my driveway, and I get to go browse it. It's like a mobile flea market. So.
The flea market came to you.
Yeah.
Talk about convenience.
But yeah, then eventually he disappeared. I wonder why.
Hey. We'll never know.
Okay.
Good Lord, Tilly.
I guess on to the next topic.
Yeah. Let it die. Let it stay dead.
Jeez.
Damn, Tito, what's wrong?
I'm being a shitter as per usual.
Okay, so what is their strategy? What do they plan to
I
fix?
do know that they have an episode for the new Amazon series coming out. I forget the name of it, but it was
No-
there's a new Amazon series coming out for basically game. Every episode is like a game set in a specific game universe. So like you have Warhammer, God of War, Concord. I can't remember all the other ones. Pac-Man was one of them. Oddly enough, I think Shoots and Ladders was one of them because it's technically a game, even though it's a board game.
Yeah.
But Concord has an episode for their universe on that series. So that's all I know, but I've heard that they want to bring Concord back, but it's probably, I don't know if it's going to actually come back or if it's kind of a thing.
I thought it was dead.
Yeah, Yeah, it's dead, but I know that
But yeah,
Amazon series.
well, because essentially, like, apparently some of the Steam code's been edited, and normally, try to do it sneakily. But I guess someone found out, but yeah, normally you don't do that unless you plan on doing something with the game. So they might be bringing it back free to play.
That'd be the only way to bring
That
it back.
that's exactly what a lot of people I've watched when they talked about the game. It's like your competitors are free to play. You have shot yourself in the foot off the word go. Your
Yep.
second problem, your character's design. Now, don't get me wrong. I saw some of them. Some of them are distinct enough to help you distinguish what
We
the
went on
job the
about
character is.
design.
Mhm.
Oh, you don't want to
Yeah,
talk
we've
about
already
the-
covered this bit.
Oh, we can. We know what you're talking about. That's what
if
I'm
you
saying.
if you want to rant, go ahead.
Yeah,
go for it, man.
Well, it's not a rant. It's just you look at the characters. A big development about shooter games design is you see the silhouette, you recognize the silhouette, you know what the job of the enemy that you're dealing with does. But there's overlap in silhouettes, and some of the actual designs don't tell you what the job of the character is, and that's a lot of problems. Like, what does this character do? What does this character do? You have a really funky, colorful design. What do? You're a frontliner. What? You're a DPS. Oh, you look like you should be in the back line with your nerd glasses and all that jazz. Okay. Okay. It's the silhouettes for the characters definitely need some polish.
And some of the designs are just like
Yeah, it's like
uninspired. It's like
yeah, I like the people and stuff. More dark skinned characters for me, please. But like these outfits, these are so bland, and it's dumb.
What's the woman that looks like a fucking linebacker?
Yeah, actually, but let me look up the.
Oh no, that's actually a good design. To some degree, I think it could have been a little bit better, but it does tell you exactly what's on the tin. I'm the bulky tank character. Shoot me.
Well,
I wish they were better.
Exactly.
Like fan redesigns are way better. Like just random people sitting down redesigning the characters did a way better job of characterizing them.
Exactly. She looks like she's wearing like kind of like football pads, and like, there's like this bland green. It looks so lame. Like she should be.
It was cute green.
Yeah, like if she was like wearing like fucking like fucking like power armor with like mechanical moving bits and spikes and stuff. It's like, yeah, it's like that looks so like the right one looks a little better, but it's like it's like
I would take the right one over the left any day of the week.
Yeah, like powerful women, black women, blue lipstick, power armor. 4 things I like, but you made them look all shitty. It's like she looks so lame. She should be looking very cool looking power. Like, or if you want to go simplistic, look at Reinhardt from Overwatch.
His basic skin is like iconic.
Yeah.
He looks like a fucking. I mean, and that's the part of his armor. He looks like a fucking crusader.
Yeah, like this literally looks like football or hockey goalie pads without the jersey on, the padding underneath. That's what she looks like. She looks like she's on an arena football team.
The armor on her hips, it looks like one of those big floofy, jackets that you see like in Siberia or Russia. It looks like the green outline on her hip and everything. It looks like that line of a the side, like the hip covers on a big fluffy jacket, you know.
But again, you do get the message. She is the tank. That is,
She's one of the
thankfully,
few
that
of
is.
that game that you could look at someone, you're like, okay, you're a tank, you're a front runner,
But
front
then you
runner.
look
You know what
at.
you do.
Let me grab him real quick. I'm gonna grab. Someone did a redesign for him, and I think it's kind of nice.
Do all frontliners need to be big?
No, not all of them. Some of them.
Well, they
big
need.
too.
Her special ability needed her to be big. Her special ability required her to get shot to get to get her armor generator up, which is a great idea. A character that regenerates, that can generate armor to help out her allies. That's a really cool idea. Instead of having to rely on a giant shield to block a bunch of shots, you're taking the shots and you're dishing out armor to your allies. I think that's a cool idea.
She's bargain bin Zarya.
I feel like these two
without
characters...
having to target your allies. I really think it's being the big ability, if I remember her correctly. Now you have this guy. I like the idea. I hate the execution of his look.
He looks so boring.
Why do
He looks
guns
like
look so similar between the two?
He looks like a water cooler.
Big multi-barrel guns. It's like, come on.
Yeah, he's a robot. Why do you need to carry your gun? I like this fan redesign is, boom,
Make
you
it
got
on the
gun.
arm.
I think it does an amazing.
I heard trash can, soda can, drink koozie.
Yeah, to me, like he looks like one of the coolers like you see on the sidelines of a football game and everything.
Yeah, like
with
they
a
basically
board
take
on
like
the
your beer koozie and just like put like arms and leg from an action figure on it.
And then this last fan one, I think again, these are amazing fan redesigns.
Yeah.
They keep the aesthetic of the character and they add it to it. The big bulky character is still big and bulky. She looks like she's gotten shut up. She's got scars. She's proud of her flag, which was kind of the whole aesthetic of the character. I was like, you want a lesbian character who's happy to bring her shield around and show it to everybody? Fine. Boom, here's your design. Way better. She's bulky. Yeah. I know she looks exactly like the other lesbian character from another who's also bulky and carries around shields and so forth. But it's a trope for a reason.
Look, that hurt. Yeah, I'm good.
You're right.
No, Lehman jumped off my chair and he landed right on my hip and his claws dug in my hip.
Dang you, Lehman Russ. Got to be more careful on that. Can't build your places everywhere. Okay.
Actually, good call on actually getting where I got his name from.
And one more, just to nail the nail in the coffin.
That's what I like.
The second one, last one you sent, the one with the rocket launcher.
Yeah.
I'm getting obviously the wrong color, but I'm getting big Doomslayer vibes because of the helmet and the rocket launcher.
But it looks more like it looks
good.
less like an asset swap thrown together. And that's yeah. And then you have yes, it's a shooter game. Why is your wizard using a gun?
Well,
she's a fire mage. Why is she using a gun?
And one of the other things is there was no cosmetics from what I've been understood. So, and one of the appeals of these shooter games, especially the ones where they're big character, I say big characters, but characters that are larger than life and everything. One of the appeals of them is dress up. They had like no cosmetics available, from what I understood, and it was like that's one of the appeals of Overwatch and all of them. Is like you can have all these other costumes and everything available to you, and it's basically how do I want to make my character look different than all these other ones? I like this outfit more than I like these. I'm going to use this one.
And it's like, I kind of like this one, but still, I understand why she looks like she bought her outfit out of the bargain bin. And then I had to get to this guy, like, why is it such a bland-looking trench coat?
Right.
Make these characters look cool. Put some style onto the trench coat. Make like cool designs and shit.
Like look like a jazz player. Slap some musical notes or something on them. Make the like that heart monitor thing. Make that look more gold, or brass,
For anybody who wants to get a gist of what we're looking for, these redesigns are done by at Kevin T _com. Are you can also find him under his Kevin Trentian. You can find him on Newgrounds Stat. That way, if Chili's showing up showing them up on the video, or
I am.
you would. Okay, yeah. So to give you context, you can't miss him. Just type in Concord redesign Kevin, and you'll find exactly what we're talking about when it comes to these massive, really good redesigns. It's mind-boggling. Well, he kept the aesthetics of the character and gave them a silhouette that would be easily recognizable, way better than the silhouettes of the characters that we are dealing with when it comes to Concord's initial design.
It's like,
And they
God
actually
damn
have
it, Kevin, you had one
it looks
job.
like, and it looks like the new redesigns actually have a personality.
Yeah, here's a clear example of a problem. What job is he telling that he does for me? What if I'm looking at him across the battlefield? What is he doing? Is he a DPS? He looks like it, but he could have like a whole pile of gimmicks in his trench coat for all I know. It's lazy. I don't know what job he does.
Think he
It's
could
just
be a hunter.
You shoot. That's all I can tell from him.
Yep. You shoot gun. Okay, what kind of gun? I don't know. You're gonna have to play him to find out. Well, thanks. You're telling me nothing. Yeah, it is. There are so many things wrong with this game right out the get-go. It's just like this game. Honestly, it should have just been scrapped. But that's just me.
I disagree because I always like competition when it comes to multiple fish in the same pond because it gives them
I mean, true.
it forces them to innovate.
There's nothing wrong with healthy competition. I actually encourage healthy competition. It's a good thing. It pushes you to do better. But this game was like a disaster from the outset. Like, what was it, Tilly? Like 18 weeks or something before it was supposed to come out. It wasn't even nowhere near playable, and they had to drop basically double the price of it. That's why it was 400 mil whenever the amount came out for it, because they had to dump another 200 mil to actually get it to run.
That and I was talking about how I got actually like inside I'm not sure how I'm talk about this, but basically word from the developers that essentially was it like upper management just didn't care whatso fucking ever like basically like they would submit designs to like change it and they won't give any like feedback like okay into what. Essentially they just had to keep throwing like randomizer shit at the walls until eventually they were told to ship it.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like they were constantly being told to change it and not get any actual critical feedback. So they're just guessing. So that's why a lot of things look so fucking random. And also there was a toxic positivity going on in the workplace where like you weren't allowed to criticize. So we got guys, this fucking sucks. We gotta do better. You weren't allowed to even say that.
Nope. Like I understand positivity is a good thing. Obviously, that's the name. But when it's so positive that you can't look, like when there's glaring negatives and you refuse to acknowledge them, no, that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Posted the same guy's redesign for characters, specifically for the guy that you posted the guy with the green trench coat.
I still can't get over the second character. It looks like she's wearing Tupperware on her head.
Again, it fits her lore. It works great, and as you can see there, he had very little notes for this character.
Yeah.
He just made her more shapely, which makes sense. It's a baggy outfit, makes it works for me. I have no notes. I agree with him.
Oh man.
He did move the I think the canisters to the front because it makes more sense for the character to reach it there instead of having to reach it on the gun arm side.
Yeah, no, that's just bad design. Like that's the side where he's holding the gun. That doesn't even look like the side you were supposed to reload it on.
Again, I like her design. She looks alright, and.
Oh, I forgot about Dragon Ball Z Connect.
Oh man, yeah, I forgot about that too.
Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that and remind me of that, Tilly?
I'm sorry, I was like, oh man, I'm actually kind of having trouble finding these games online, so I better hit up eBay. And of course, the 7th generation's kind of reminded me. Oh, geez, burst, so
You,
it's $100. Yeah, it's like,
you, I had that buried deep, deep in my subconscious, completely forgot about, and now you brought it back, screaming out of the closet. I thought we were
screaming like
friends.
they were powering up.
Screaming like a fucking banshee.
Oh, it even came with fucking like a little like a cardboard like a Super Saiyan hat you can wear. I guess since you are technically again physically evolved into fighting, you can feel like a real Super Saiyan.
God, it was so bad. I never played it, but a buddy of mine had it, and I'm like, this is cringe. Like before cringe became mainstream. I was
But,
like, I can't watch this. I
but
gotta
yeah,
go.
I had freaking what was it the Connect. I kind of liked it. There's some good games for it. I was basically on the search for finding the gooder games. I think the best one is probably Gunstringer. Look it up. Uh, oh man.
So
So,
next topic before we go on to another tangent.
Yeah.
all right, which we're actually bringing. We actually have up more details on this topic.
Oh yeah.
Say it.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
let's see.
Annapurna. So what's the word?
So there was actually 2 walkouts. Uh, so
All right.
the
I
original
didn't
Annap-
hear about the second one.
so basically with the original Annapurna walkout, because I think basically they all happened so within close to each other. I think we just heard about the final one because they all happened within like the same practically like a weekend, a week.
Oh really?
Yeah, basically, it originally started. Emperor has like multiple sections, like they have a movie studio and a game studio and whatnot.
Mhm.
And there was one chick that was in charge of the game studio, and I think right when COVID happened, or right before, she decided to take a step back, and because I think she's probably like related to the owner or something, like the daughter of the owner, so she technically can never lose her job. She's like
Yeah.
Stephanie McMahon of the company. So basically, then like 2 other guys like took over her spot of the games division, and that's when the games started flourishing. We got our Strays and a couple other games that we all liked, and things were great. And then until this year, she's like, you know what? I feel like coming back. And because the game studio part was like their most flourishing part now of the studios.
Mhm.
And she's like, I kind of want to step back into my old role. And so, okay, so you guys, you can go. Like basically, one guy was pretty much like, okay, you're getting transferred and you are getting fired outright, or because we don't need yeah. So basically, and so all the workers were like pretty damn upset. Like, hey, that's not only as our friend, but they turned this fucking studio around. So then pretty much all but like a few walked out. They had on the first one. And so that's where like, come on back. We're sorry. Let's talk, whatnot. They pretty much like, come on back. Just come, don't be silly. Stop this madness. You know. So essentially, they all came back, and then they pretty much that day up, they decide to like Emperor Studios higher ups like, let's just take we'll just give them their own separate studio. Because there's a lot of some people get like independent, like especially when like a takeover, we'll give you like independent studio, so you still, you don't feel alienated to a whole new company. You get your own space, essentially.
Yeah.
Like that's what SNK did when with like the Metal Slugs and stuff back in the day. But it's like, we're gonna give you your own studio. You get to work on your You get to keep most of the IPs. However, with the profit sharing, both of it's going to us. Basically, it's like
Fuck that.
yeah. So imagine like you basically you come back. You haven't unpacked your bots yet, and being told, because they weren't filled in at this at all. There was no discussion. They literally learned it the morning of they coming back. That we just did a whole new company change overnight, without without telling them. So imagine you show up, you don't even unpack your box yet, and find out, oh, by the way, you're getting most of the work but less of the money. Yeah. So
Fuck all of that.
essentially, yeah, they're like, oh, for fuck's sake, now this time all 25 of them left. Yeah. And so So that's why, I think Emperor was like, posting like for like, like, we're still going through with our game projects. However, we are looking to hire a full team, because
Good God,
yeah.
no, they're
Uh,
not.
well, they just shot
That's
themselves in the foot.
So yeah, basically like day one, like, we're firing your best friend. Day two, come on back, please. We'll work it out. Day three, you're getting most of the work and less money. Like,
Yeah,
all
no,
over the course of like a weekend.
just
no,
the.
that's bad.
Yeah.
Is this the bigger? And this is the bigger half of the studio, right? The one that does Control and Alan Wake, not the smaller games like the Kitty Cat one.
No, this is
Stray.
No,
they're the ones
no,
who did
Control
Stray.
Now Wake's a different company. We did cover him last month though. How they finally broke free of Epic.
Yeah. Took long enough, but yeah, no, this is the company that did Stray.
Yeah.
Thought
Google machine.
but the guy they hired though. Okay, yeah. It was the guy they hired. Weird.
And
Okay.
silly if it says I booted up Space Marine, it says only because I'm fucking around with a camera option. I wanted to actually get a
That's
decent
okay.
picture of my car.
But yeah, they're also working on Mixtape, which I want to come out. They're doing a new Blade Runner game. Let's see here.
There's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Oh, Thirsty Suitors. I love that game. Cocoon was like one of the Game of the Years of 2023. Neon White was really good. Solar Ash, Artful Escape, Last Stop. So I've heard of or played a lot of these. Gone Home, everyone loved that back in the day. They did Flower back on PS3. So a lot of artsy games. But yeah.
Oh, that's the other. Yeah, okay. Yeah, former Epic Games employee is president of Vampire Interactive. Yeah.
That was happening
Yeah,
last week or so.
yeah, that was a month ago. Is yeah, I forgot. I completely. I was like, man, I knew the connection was somewhere. No,
Yeah.
Hector Sanchez was part of the Epic Game team, and the reason why I was upset with what they did with Alan Wake being exclusive over there for the longest of time. I think it still.
But they finally broke out. Yeah, we reported last month for like because they finally paid off the loan, and they're now finally making profit, and they're able to they give us to keep most of their IPs, and they're even picked up by another studio that's going to do TV shows for them with Epic and Control and whatnot. So the future's bright for them.
That's great and all, but I want my Alan Wake off of the freaking Epic Game Store.
That's the only thing they got their hooks clawed in because they were like there's basically for like, and the last DLC for it just dropped too. So, so Alan Wake might be coming to Steam. Yeah.
If it doesn't come to Steam, it doesn't come to Steam. I'm happy with the amount of story I got from Alan Wake 1, the second game, and Control.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna bring it to Doohickey, fine. I will happily drop your series like a dead rat, like I did other series when they went to Epic Game.
But yeah, they fell in that rabbit hole and they're not doing it again. They finally paid off that loan and they're free.
Yeah. No, my complaint is it was Hector Sanchez from Epic going to the Annapure. That's and I agree. I was trying to get all my pieces in a row. I was like, man, I'm almost certain I know the guy's name, and I had to go look it up. And that's where my upsetty spaghettiness comes from. He's the decision maker for all those games. And I'm like, I want my Alan Wake 2 over not an Epic game. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah. Well, yeah. At least they realized their mistake and they actually were able to do something about it. But going forward, there's no more Epic games. Just keep moving forward.
You at that point, it's like that expression, "Sell your soul to the devil."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically them.
Want to understand the weird news?
Until Dawn, the movie.
Yeah.
What is this? What am I seeing here? What am I pushing? What am I putting together?
That's the big poof. And the slug is so scared she poofed up.
I know, but that's Jack Black, and I'm
Oh.
going.
Yeah, it's a rumored he might star in an Until Dawn movie.
As what?
Yeah, that's a good question, because, well, I guess he could play the minor dude, the flamethrower, because I would say the whole cast is like 24 or something. Yeah, or like,
Yeah, that's the one where you have to like tether all these butterfly effects together to save your entire to finish the game, right?
Not necessarily, but yeah, I could see it being a movie, because the game is very linear, but it's also very fun.
What?
But
Am I thinking of the wrong game?
maybe there are butterfly effects, but but it's it's hard to explain, but essentially it's kind of just like a interactive movie. So I could see an Until Dawn movie, because the Dark Pictures anthology is essentially a fucking slasher franchise in video game form. They literally present themselves like that, especially after Until Dawn. Now, I did try to stream the remaster on PC, and it was a bad PC port, so it was unplayable. But yeah, I'm not sure if Jack Black rumor holds water, because he's technically he's in every fucking movie video game now.
You want to talk about the other video game movie he's in?
There's Mario. There's fucking Minecraft. There's Borderlands.
Well, the Minecraft one, because it's the more recent thing.
But
that's if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, so unless he's playing the old, there's an old dude in there, so he could be playing that. So he's getting killed. So yeah. Cause I think I'm the only person who really likes the Dark Pictures anthology, which I was trying to get Tito to kind of like sit down with him, and like watch us play with me. Kind of go on.
She wants me as a security blanket.
There's something to talk about. Cause, the games they're kind of hard to play through a second time. Let's see, maybe have a friend. Yeah, because replayability is not great. In my opinion, unless you're just trying to like save everybody or kill everybody or something. But yeah, it's a done movie, and okay, our next one. This one, is what you might have to like sync on.
Oh, a Fortnite movie?
No, not quite. Nope.
The Foundry Systems being brought. The Foundry Systems being brought to Fortnite.
No.
I thought they already had a build a world system. I already know there was Halo content in Fortnite. Shoot. This is a little difficult.
Okay. What was that a picture of? In the middle.
It's got
they're a trading icon?
Not exactly. But that's a camera there in the middle.
I don't play Fortnite, so my biggest uphill battle is what features are missing for Fortnite. Camera mode? Photograph mode?
Yeah, you're getting kind of close.
I concede.
Okay, so essentially, Halo is a first-person shooter. It's now getting a third-person shooter mode.
Oh,
and
no.
Fortnite is a third-person shooter. And it's now getting a first-person shooter mode.
Oh, that's gonna be nightmare.
So I feel like I'm cramming them both in there.
Oh, that's okay. I get Halo, yeah, because of the more recent players probably used to playing over the shoulder shooters. No qualms there, not a single qualm there. But Fortnite going first person is going to bring so many problems to the table. Oh my god,
How so?
Okay, so let's talk with. Let's try to think of games that multiple games that have first and third person options. Let's see here.
FF14. Hey, dude, when you were playing FF14, did you ever try to play in first person?
No, I couldn't do it. Like I can't even do first person mode in WoW.
Trying to think of games that had both a first person and a third person. Well, I mean, Skyrim's a very bad example, but it is an example. Trying to think of other. Okay, so this one surprised me. I didn't know Red Dead Redemption 2 had a first person, third person mode.
Oh yeah.
In a first person shooter game, I guess PUBG apparently had it, but like I knew.
Public G.
If they don't do it just right, one or the other is going to have an advantage. A good breakdown is perspective. CS:GO's there's a breakdown on YouTube that goes down to how far away you are from an object. You might be able to see an opponent before the opponent can see you at all. Like you can see their arm or leg clipping out the side in a first-person perspective. But in a third-person perspective, if it's over your right shoulder, you'll be able to see that guy around the corner way before the guy can see you at all. And the vice versa problem. Well, a guy in first-person view might find it a lot easier to pop you in the head at maximum distance. They're used to first person. That's a lot, where snipers are comfortable at is shooting at a distance and, having that conflict. Mm-hmm. It's a mixed bag. I give them credit for bringing it to the system, but again, it's my credit to Fortnite, which is a very low bar to cross for Fortnite half the time. I'm very persnickety about Epic Games and everything attached to it.
But you see those slugs is gonna win.
I am happy about the Halo one. It is bringing something new to the system, and if it's for the main campaign, I can see it being useful. But they're gonna have to have kid gloves when it comes to the player versus player. It's definitely gonna have to be very mindful of it.
Okay, you all ready for another one?
Yeah.
Either way, I'm not really gonna play like the multiplayer. Like if I get on Halo, it's probably gonna be playing the campaign, anyways, next one. This is kind of fun.
That does not bring fun to my brain.
Smash.
Every time I think of flipping FIFA games, all I think is just money pit, and I feel very sorry for the players and how much money they have to spend to be competitive. That is a money sink and a half. So you got me on this one. I see the Silent Hill protagonist. I see Belmont. I see Solid Snake, and I see FIFA.
Okay, what do all these have in common?
Let's see, Konami. Okay, Konami.
Yep.
What?
So, unlike Madden, FIFA has actually finally broken away from EA, and now they were bought by Konami.
Oh no.
Well, no, that is not an oh no. As criminally hungry EA is, them being able to bring. Probably you don't have to nickel and dime yourself to be competitive in a FIFA game. So, I literally said I felt bad for the FIFA players that want to play soccer games and having to buy these booster packs and all this stuff to have competitive characters. They might be able to just pick their roster, hit the ground running, and play the game. And kudos to them. If that's what they bring to the table, kudos to them.
Yeah,
Konami's not about. Konami doesn't really nickel and dime you when it comes to their games.
Yeah, they might make a pachinko machine, but other than that, they're not as bad.
The only worst case scenario was their Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah, I need to play that again.
Wait, you want to play Metal Gear Survive? Excuse me, why?
For the lulz.
Ugh.
Didn't say I'd finish it. Uh, well,
I turned it on, guys. Now let me just go ahead and do my refund on Steam.
it's like you look at the characters like Shave's like I don't want to be. I'm just gonna try to be a goalie. Like look, I'm participating. Richter's really getting into it. Snake, he's the aggressive player. I'm just gonna bust a fucking bullet in his kneecap. Yes.
Yeah.
And then you have Slug, the dirty referee.
Who could be bribed with Reese's and bagels?
I think Slug is so cute in his shirt. Like kind of like we put like people put those little fucking sweaters on their cats and small dogs. I'm like I need more slugs and shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, we just need Slug to actually, be decent and have clothes.
Okay, I guess we want to take a quick bathroom break. Okay, and let's see here. For our final 10 topics. This one's a double header.
Persona Metro. Oh, okay. What happened to this?
Go on.
Another strike?
No.
Okay. Why is sometimes all these really nice games I go like, oh yeah, a game I put on my wish list, and all of a sudden something happens. I'm like, oh, why?
Basically this game, on the good news, it sold over 1 million copies in the first day, I think. Like, a huge success.
Okay,
yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah. And I kind of went with the left side there, but essentially, the director, who also done Persona, he's like, I am completely just staying off and not engaging at all with social media just for my mental health.
Fair.
Yeah, because, even though there's probably good people with good compliments, there's also those loud minorities who've, shouted. And plus, of course, this is involved in the Twitter culture war. As I am a observer of the Twitter culture war, this game is brought up a good amount of times. They're saying a lot of these lines sound like leftist propaganda. The main character's like I think it's like not my non-binary or something, and the elf chick's got flat ass. Is just woke. And we're like the game sold 1 million copies in the first day, so yeah, it totally failed. Okay. And it's like I can't really blame you for staying off social media for mental health reasons. So good on them. Let's see more of this. But what do y'all think?
It was one of those series that, like I told you, it's in the same vein as Persona. I never had a vested interest in, or not vested.
Oh, love it.
I never got into it, so it was one of those things like, okay, I mean, it's kind of like with Mass Effect. I was like, in Halo, it's like, okay, this is a thing. I'm probably never going to touch it, but, I'm looking at numbers. Numbers are high, good for you. Congrats on breaking 1 million sales, but, social media it's a bad thing. No matter which way you slice it, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like I use it, yeah. But I mainly use it to keep in touch with people.
Yeah.
I don't use it to flag, throw my voice and pray for anonymity. I never could say that word correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just one of those things like you're gonna get shit no matter what you do. You're never going to be able to please all of the people all of the time. You're only going to be able to please some of the people some of the time. So, do what makes you happy, and if it makes you successful, power to you.
Yeah.
The only thing is, as long as you ain't doing anything illegal and you ain't diddling kids, I could care less.
Solid foundation there. Yeah. Yeah, if a creator wants to step away and get mental health, that's fine. Go for it.
Yeah.
By all means. As when it comes to creators and all that, you have to be in places that you don't want to be in. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's just a little overwhelming.
Yeah, it's like I kind of don't want to. A big part of me, especially because I'm a boomer, I was like, I wish I could just delete my social media accounts and stuff. But it's like there's also that small part of me like, hey, also would like to make it big doing this one day. So you kind of have to be attached to social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta take some of the bad with the good, I guess. Yeah. But you know, and it's like I was saying y'all before the podcast, like I kind of wanted to get back into some fan servicey content, but I don't want to be associated with the fucking the Gooner grifters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, at least the guy made his bag, and yeah, the game was very left wing, and I mean, I'm all for that. And yeah, I'll be playing on Monday, folks. So, um, yeah,
Well, hopefully there's no crashes or anything like that for you, because that's one of my big concerns about a lot of new games now.
yeah,
Is because a lot of them feel like they're released unfinished, and then there's
yeah.
sometimes there's massive day one patches,
Oh yeah,
and
that happened with Star Wars Outlaws.
I'm just like, here's an idea, developers. How about actually test the games before you ship them out and make sure they actually run, and so that your players don't have to have a 50 gig day one patch.
Yeah,
I stand with you on this one, but the biggest hurdle for game development, especially for PC, is configuration. So there is a absolutely quintillions of styles of computers that people can have, and game development is a heavy load when it comes to PC half of the
yeah.
thing. Case in point is when Cyberpunk 2077 came out, and I didn't have a single ounce of an issue. I ran it off of a 1080. I played the game. I played it on stream. I went through and did a whole sneaky build and had no major problems. Friend who had a completely superior machine to my own could not play the game for the life of it and had to refund it. And he still, every time you say Cyberpunk, that is the first set of words he will remind you that he did not have fun, could not play it, and he will lambast the developers every time. Thankfully, speaking of the game that we're currently talking about, Metaphor Res Fantazo has a demo, and if you, it is a great way to test the waters of your own machine. So if you can't run the demo, you most likely cannot run the game. I'm very thankful that a lot of developers have started to embrace the demo.
Yeah, and that's what it was like with me with FF16. Like, it ran it beautifully. It's like, all right, no problems could be here.
That was one of the things I applauded Black Myth Wukong. Before it officially released, they basically released a free benchmark to see if your rig would be able to handle it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of devs could probably do with like a week before the game was released or something, have a free benchmark go out.
Yeah.
So that way if your rig can handle it.
Yeah, that's why I used to be more of a console person, because like, hey, you put the disc in, it's gonna fucking work, because PCs, you're like, oh, this ain't compatible, this computer ain't strong enough, your mom's fat, there's a million reasons why I go along. Like you need to download patches and hotfixes and perform surgery on your PC if you want to get this one game to run. Like it literally was a coin toss until I finally bought high-end PCs.
I still remember seeing someone. They said they ran the benchmark for what was the new 14 X-Pac? I can't remember.
I can't remember it either.
Anyway,
I just drew a blank.
Yeah, I just remember they released the expansion, or before they released the expansion, they gave you the benchmark to run. And I guess this guy's rig wasn't up to snuff.
Yeah.
And it said, failed or low rating or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess when it does that, it has your character kind of fall over and kneel over, depending, guy hit in the stomach. And so what he did, he photoshopped it and took the failed or low settings or something out, and it said, go play WoW instead.
It's just,
That's just mean.
No, he
yeah.
did it to himself.
He's owning his own fail.
Yeah, he was like, "Fuck it, I failed it. Okay, I just need to upgrade a few bits. I can do that, but I'm gonna have a little fun with it in the
Yeah,
beforehand."
that's cool. And but yeah, cause like Star Wars Outlaws. The first day I played it, like I noticed the stream had crashed twice, and then when I was looking at the files, like, oh no, it crashed 4 times. And sure enough,
Yeah,
the day after they dropped the patch, and there was no stream crashing, but instead it didn't crash my PC at the end.
yeah, I remember you telling me about that. You had absolute hell with it.
And say I was liking the game. Let's see, and what you call it? Space Marine 2. That game, when it first came out, it was fine until I wanted to just exit the windows. It's like the game couldn't comprehend like, you don't want to play me anymore.
Yeah, I noticed it had trouble doing offloads
Yeah.
on like it took a while to just dump and remove it. And I think that's the reason why I definitely understand why they recommend a solid state drive, because I think they do a little bit of unpacking on your drive, and then they kind of cache it into your RAM to get your VRAM to get all that in. But oh boy, it is still
Space Marine
still
2
chunky.
Yeah, Space Marine 2 is a chunky boy.
I hope they do some more polishing and optimization. And kudos to the people who can run it in 4K. Congratulations, you have spent way too much money on the rig, but also kudos to all of you. But holy crap, that's a lot of space.
Yeah,
I think it was like 90 gigs to go from regular to 4K.
I'm like, it's impressive. Don't get me wrong.
So let me go look at the DLC for it. Well, it's called the 4K pack.
Yeah, it was a big boy.
It is the 4K pack is. Where is it?
Like mine, it'll crash for me, but it doesn't hardly ever anymore. But it was like, oh well, Tilly was during our collab the other night. It was like right at the end. It was like, my game crashed right when I was kicking all all the heretic ass I could, and we were joking, but it's like Saber said, "No, you're too good. Get out."
160 gigabytes to go from regular to 4K. Kudos to anyone who could run that, because that is some serious dosh.
And on the same vein of Space Marine, to those who are doing the operations, who are able to breeze through lethal difficulty, congratulations to you.
Sorry, me and my friends earlier did the not the reliquary, the one after reliquary, where you have to push the cart one.
Yeah.
We went through that and nobody died. We had downs, but it's lethal. Sometimes you just get a very bad situation.
It's not a matter of if; it's only a matter of when.
We went through that, and we went through it pretty buttery smooth. We picked up a strange amount of medical supplies as we went through the whole thing, and I think we all came out with like 2 of us had full stack. I had burned through mine because I got unfortunately heavily targeted by a hell brew. But we are digressing. Oh my goodness! I just realized how much we just digressed. All right, what else? What else you got, Tilly?
Okay, you seem excited.
I'm always like being here.
Alrighty. This one's gonna be a little interesting.
Oh my goodness! What are they all wearing? Hold on, I see a hat.
Oh, there's a cop hat. There's a frog hat. One's taking a nap. One is licking the window.
Is there a Bandai Namco strike going on, or is it workers asking for, or is it a workers issue at the moment?
I say it works. I would call it almost borderline torture. So essentially, basically, this is a tactic to get workers to quit. They're essentially, Bandai Namco is forcing, I think, up to 200 people into what they call expulsion rooms. Essentially, they just sit you in a room with no computers, no work to give you, and that's your shift. You just literally sit in an empty room, and to get people to quit because they're bored.
You know what I would do? I'd get on my phone and chill.
I'm not sure if you're allowed to bring in phones or books Or you literally just got unless you can sneak them in. But
What are you gonna do? Fire me so I get severance pay?
I don't know how it works in Japan. But yeah, so there's probably at least one cycle just staring at that wall and collecting that paycheck. But I yeah, essentially yeah, just sit in a blank room, kind of like a packed cell almost, and just like this is your day. We want you to quit. So but me, I would be like, okay, but on my days off, I'm job hunting. Oh man. But yeah, if I had my phone or a book, yeah, I would love my job. Uh, but yeah, put people in rooms and blank rooms, and this is your shift. Yeah, just breathe. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. What are your thoughts?
I it's it's a very gonna bite you in your own ass tactic. It's
Think so?
I don't think it's gonna do what they want it to do.
I mean, it's basically kind of like what I heard. What Ubisoft is trying to do. They're basically trying to get rid of the work at home thing for their
Yeah.
employees, and they're basically trying to force people back to work at the office and everything.
Mm.
And it's basically, and this is like mid strike and everything, and it's basically trying to get them to voluntarily quit, so that way they don't have to give out a severance package. That's what it is. Because the flagship or Ubisoft is burning down to the ground, but it's one of those things like a lot of people like a lot of people are like, no, we're still wanting to work from home. We got we're working, doing the stuff we need to do, and I still it's one of those things. I still got my kids to take care of and all that wonderful bullshit. But yeah, it's just one of those things like this sucks no matter which way you slice it.
Yeah, it is unfortunate.
It's scummy business tactics, and the problem
Yeah.
is, like, if memory serves, Bandai Namco is based in Japan, if memory serves, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
their
this little room ain't gonna last very long.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is their laws are completely different than ours, so, they can more likely get away with this legally. That, and, I mean, I've seen people, I've seen stories of people having corporate office jobs and everything, and they are in such tight crunches and everything, like they have to sleep in their cubicles and everything.
Oh
To
yeah, like I was
get
reading
everything
like the
done.
SNK book where they would work until like 1 o'clock in the morning, get a sleeping bag on the floor, wake up at like 7, and get right back to it.
Yes, but no one also during the earlier days of no one really thought ill of you either if you slept at the office. Some
No,
people actually.
it didn't
It's
have
a
its own.
different.
It's a
It's
different culture.
definitely
It didn't have a
yeah.
stigma attached to it.
So yeah, if you liked your job enough that you just wanted to keep working and just went to sleep at your job, nobody really thought twice of you. But in the reverse situation,
I'd be
it's
like,
this.
wash your ass at least. It's just
Yeah.
If you well, yeah, they'd send you home. You started to smell. But in the same vein, this is like if people who like to work there are being sent to this room, then yeah, it's really weird. They are kind of nice about it when it comes to termination and dealing with this, but it's a very strange approach. I don't know what company, because usually it's a company that comes in to say, "Hey, we're having productivity problems. What do you suggest?" And the company's like, "Oh yeah, put them in a room and make them do nothing." And I don't know what I don't know what team they hired to go, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do for our employees," but they're probably
yeah,
not gonna be there for very long. They're gonna
Yeah.
go, "Well, productivity went down. You're fired. Let's hire a new team to try to help productivity." That's probably what's
yeah.
gonna happen.
Like cause like I know like I've been in those jobs where they'll try to cut your hours to make you want to quit, 'cause you're getting frustrated from like having to ask for more hours or something. Like,
Yeah.
well, to me, I was like, that's just multiple days I can go job hunting, because it looks better on you to try to get a job if you still have a job. So and plus, at least you're collecting some money while you're trying to find work.
And it's
So,
one of the
yeah,
it's one of the things as well. It's like they do this, and it's uh the whole it's just firing the whole department and everything, and then hiring a whole bunch of new people. The problem is that some of these people that they bring in don't know what the hell they're doing, and they have to bring in outside consultants to help with the tech issues and whatnot, and that's just even more money being funneled into it and everything. And then at the end of the thing, well, the game came out, but it had the complete and total ass. So now we just gotta fire everybody and hire new people. It's a vicious cycle.
Well,
I would rather them talk with them. And this is just me. And this would be in a perfect world. Employers actually talk to their tech guys, their employees, and everything. Find out, okay, y'all are unhappy. Here, what can we do to make this up to you guys? How can we get back on our feet here?
well, actually, so funny you should mention that is actually kind of how Japan kind of supposed to handle it. Like I said, they must have hired a really bad firm to come in and say, "Hey, we're having problems here. How do we fix employees?" Because normally, termination is usually said. You usually get like 30 days of. If you have a contract, you usually get 30 days of foreknowledge of that you're being fired. You're usually they usually try to talk it to you. It's like, hey, how can we fix this thing so we can fix the productivity, or renegotiate our contract with you, et cetera, et cetera. So this feels really, really unusual. And like I said, I believe this is a company they brought in. It's that it sounds like either a young company that doesn't know how to handle employees or something, because it's weird. It's weird. It's very weird.
Or it might be a out of country team that's telling them to do this and doesn't know the Japanese culture.
That's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming they got a good deal on a team to try to help productivity. They're gonna find out this ain't gonna work, and yeah. Anyway, next slide. Let's see what.
Imagine being a room full of slugs.
Oh God!
I like slugs. So you adorable critters.
I'm jumping out the window.
This is okay. Next up. Another familiar topic for us, Tito.
Oh no.
Ready for a cursed image?
How bad? It can't be any worse than some of the shit I saw this morning.
Oh, okay, then here you go.
Oh, I just saw that.
Oh dear God, that Punky. What you don't know, she sent me this at that slug at 2 in the fucking morning. I'm dead asleep.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll watch him. You steal all the Reese's cups. And then it had the next picture of a slug with a bag of Reese's minis on her head. And she's like, I got him. Let's go. I wake up to 6 in the morning at that. I'm like, what the fuck are you on? My first thought was like, did Tilly get drunk and didn't tell me or something? This is way out of left field for her. But no, that slug is the face of my fucking nightmares. But yeah, I knew about the new, who is it?
Suicide Squad season 3.
Yeah, Deadshot's kid.
Yeah. So yeah, this is exactly the character we wanted, No, I'd say, but
I no qualms there. I am disappointed that when I go look at the Steam page, to look up the what's been added, it's just like, there she is.
Yeah, it's like this. There's so many high-profile characters. This should be a season 13 type of character release. Not 3.
Well, no, it's Suicide Squad. Deadshot's character is a weird one, but Suicide Squad doesn't have a huge list of characters attached to it, so it's understandable. It's weird.
Universe,
kind of like the Uncanny X-Force.
Yeah,
There's
but
not a whole lot of names tagged to
Mrs. Freeze, but it's like I like her, but it's like there's probably you could probably throw Bane or somebody in there. It's someone more high profile. Not someone that makes sense, but someone more high profile.
No, that's the problem. You can't. The Suicide Squad is a specific group of individuals.
What about Diablo? He would have been fun.
I don't.
Peacemaker. Shark. Oh, we already got Shark. What was there? Oh, Croc. Katana.
Killer Croc?
Yeah, he was in the squad.
the problem is when you have he kind of fills the same role that Shark.
Technically, they all play the same. It's
If
literally
anything,
aesthetic.
if Croc would have been an alternate skin at best. No offense to Croc, but it would have been just an alternate same move set the Shark would have had.
It's because you think that Killer Croc would be a bruiser just like King Shark.
Thank you. I was like, dear God, what's his name? It can't be just King Shark. No.
It's King Shark.
Sylvester Stallone.
And
Yeah.
I'll never get over that scene.
Yeah.
King Shark, you're the shark. Okay, yeah.
But no, I have no ties to Suicide Squad because I really didn't like DC all that much. I grew up on Marvel, and when I got a little bit older, I kind of pedaled toward Image and Dark Horse.
Yeah.
But Suicide Squad, I didn't even know they existed until that damn movie came out.
I knew about a little bit before that.
Same. I saw the animated series. The little animated thing, which was really cool. And then it's like, oh, this is the whole thing. And I started reading it, and it's like, oh, this is really, really cool. I get the choice for her to be added. I'm glad it's still upright. They're still working on the game. They're still trying to clean things up. They're trying to fix it. More power to them. The negativity behind the group that's attached to the writing and all that, that's a whole different kettle of fish, and not everybody has a choice in that matter. Sometimes when you're a developer, sometimes the people above you say, you're working with this team, you're kind of stuck with it. Sometimes you just have to go with what the cards you're dealt with. Could the gameplay have been a lot better? Absolutely. Could the engine could have been a lot better? Absolutely. But sometimes you just dealt some cards. The fact that they're still working on it means they still have passion for it. They're still trying to fix it. Like, if I go to the patch notes, there's a pile of bugs that they just knocked out and beat into submission, which means they are still passionate enough to try to at least fix what was broken. Not a lot of studios once their stuff flops, they don't really go back to it and try to fix it.
Power Girl would have been another ad. You got cheat. Joker's daughter was in there. Let's see, what's another one? But instead of Mrs. Freeze, there was actually kind of like another ice character, lady that was would have been a better choice. She's in 2 of the movies, animated films. But yeah, it's like there's like about like 100 fucking different members for all the comics and stuff. I mean, sure, 2/3 of them were joke characters, but yeah, you had a lot to choose from that are a bit more high profile.
Like the Condiment King.
Yeah.
Come on.
She said there was joke characters, and Condiment King is a
canon.
I'm not sure it was a Suicide Squad, but because Punky's trying to stick to the Suicide Squad rules. I'm saying you got the whole fucking Justice League freaking brand of like villains and side characters and anti-heroes to choose from. Like heck, you could have probably put Red Hood in there. He would have fit just fine.
I was gonna say, if I understand the premise of the game correctly, if not to spoil anything, I literally think this is on the 10. I bring Brainiac as controlling an alternate universe group of Justice League. You have a whole pile of Justice Leaguers you could have thrown at the team. Mind you, they did. They threw a chunk of them, but there's a whole pile of more that could have been just as funny. And yes, Jason would have been a hilarious character you could even add to the team. He could have been a playable character. He could have been a palette swap for anybody else. Well, hey. But as for Diablo definitely would have been a good choice. Killer Croc was basically, you have, King Shark, Killer Croc. They would have been interchangeable.
Killer Frost, that's the chick. Okay, I was thinking of. She would have been a lot better than what we got with Mrs. Freeze from Alternate Universe.
I'm just like, I don't know half of these fucking characters.
I should show you. There's at least one damn good anime movie I gotta show you then.
Yeah, there's a really good anime.
Like the only one I really remember watching. Yeah. The only DC movie that I remember watching recently, and it was an animated one, was Flashpoint.
Paradox? That was a good one. That was a damn good one.
I did like Paradox Flashpoint. That was actually pretty. That was interesting.
That was probably the first time I seen Wonder Woman unhinged.
I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I'm liking the new Wonder Woman. Today's like this month. They just dropped the new Wonder Woman. It's like I call it Absolute Wonder Woman. Loving it. But yeah, and with this game though, apparently they believe they're gonna stop after season 4 because apparently they already had the game like made up for season 4. So I doubt they're gonna continue after that. And season 4 is going to be Deathstroke.
Slade, interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
So they'll probably bring back some
I thought
players.
they already had Slade.
No,
No, they had
Deathshot. They look like cousins. Like one's black and red and one's black and orange and taller.
Or depending on what series or medium you're watching it on, it's black and yellow.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like an Iron Warrior a little bit.
It's like a scout.
A scout, yeah.
Oh, I can just look at the roadmap. That would be even easier.
Boy.
But I'm just like, oh, fucking hell. Suicide Squad, okay. Yeah. Hey, get down.
You think we're gonna talk about it next time?
I hope not.
We think it's
I would
less.
say, get down, Lehman. He's on my desk, and he knows he's not supposed to be on my desk.
We think it's like a little clown nose.
It's terrifying. And now that you've made it canon that that particular slug shoots eye lasers, or all of them can,
Yeah.
I'm just like, no.
Design lasers.
Have you not seen those, Punky?
I have seen the happy puppies that shoot eye lasers out of their eyes, and it's hilarious. So little sluggies that can do it is just fine by me. I've adapted.
I like us at one point, like, how come some slugs have the elf ears and some don't? Like that's good.
Because they have big furry haired heads that cover their ears.
Yeah, exactly.
My headcanon is the ones that don't have ears haven't grown them yet.
Yeah, or the more sacred ones just have the
Jesus.
floof grow over the ears.
Yeah, they're like their ears, like their cats, like newborn cats, like their ears are still folded down. Their ears are still tucked into the fluff.
But if anyone wants to channel slug, just buy this game called Squirrel with a Gun.
Oh god,
Yeah.
that game! I watched my buddy Jordan play that on stream the other night.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that game is great. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, like that.
Right.
The ending is great.
I haven't seen the ending, but I saw like one of the bosses you fight is a fucking tank,
Oh
Like,
man.
a legitimate tank, and you're just a little squirrel with a fucking.
And the
Glock.
music's just too fucking good.
The music is fucking great. Like apparently it's that guy's first. The guy who did the music, it's his first music thing, and I'm like, you knocked it out of the fucking park, dude.
Yeah. So this one's pretty damn big, I think.
Alright, so we got. What is this? Is this the death of the console war?
So basically, I was about to say this one. A former PlayStation president says that the way the game industry is going now, it's gonna fucking die. Yeah.
Yeah.
With all these shitty business practices and how games are getting too freaking expensive, and he's gonna listen to all the problems we talked about a million times over. He thinks the way we're going, it's gonna crash.
As people who have been around long enough to see the gaming industry have its ups and downs and say the doomsayers multiple years after years, there is a doomsayer every 5 to 10 years, every time.
Every generation has one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's either the Bible thumping doomsayer who says, "Oh, it's so terrible! Do not play it. You'll sacrifice your soul. Violent video games will be the doom of everybody." And yet we still have games. And then there's people who's like, "Oh no, the games. There's too many game systems and all that." And it's like,
Yeah.
dude, the games have cost the same. Inflation got worse, so you have less spending power. As soon as inflation gets back in order, you're gonna have the same spending power as you had it before. Some studios are not following that regimen and still starting to sell games for $60. Other people are still following the line of $50, $50, $50. Games have been $50 for 3 decades. It ain't gonna change. Heck, if you price mark how much an NES cost or SNES cost and bumped it forward, guess what? Surprise, surprise. You're looking at $600 to our current currency. Current money rate. So, doomsday all you want. whatever. You're gonna have one seer or another gonna doomsday. Go ahead.
I
We
was
don't
gonna
care.
say my 2 cents on this is it's definitely in a very low right now. It like companies are shutting down left, right, and center,
Hmm.
and it's mainly because there are so many shit business practices going on right now.
Yeah.
That and as I hate saying, well, no, it's actually a big truth. Um, Microtransactions are one of the big causes of it because you have all these games being released. Like some of them are now being released at $70. Okay, fine, I can understand a little bit, but like what Punky's saying, make it 50. Make the standard issue 50.
Hmm.
But and I know some games are released really cheap because they're low man,
Oh, it reminds
low tech. But like Undertale, that was you know
One dude.
one
But
dude.
that is not exactly a great
Oh no,
example because
oh no,
that is some spaghetti code.
oh no! I've seen I've seen some of the coding. It rivals Ark Survival Evolved in the spaghetti code. But it's like
So
the whole microtransaction, nickel and diming your customers every opportunity you get. And like what the Ubisoft is doing, charging what was it, $130 dues for the big Ultimate editions now.
don't be afraid to
Oh,
like speaking from a person who's been
oh,
gaming for decades. Don't be afraid to go and try an indie game every now and again, especially in a genre you
Punky,
thoroughly enjoy.
Punky, you're like
Once you
22 years
once
old.
what?
You're like 22 years old, aren't you?
No,
But
thank you though, but no.
but
I was about
there. Yeah, I remember Dragon Age's $150 edition that didn't come with the game.
yeah, the same thing
No,
with Diablo 4. They had the big boy collector's edition. It had some really cool physical stuff with it, but at the same time, no game. Like, I don't mind shelling out extra for a collector's edition if I'm gonna get some physical stuff with it. Like the last one I bought that had physical stuff was Valhalla. It came with like a statue, a soundtrack, the metal case, an art book, a couple like a little wooden Odin statue. Like, I don't mind shelling out the extra for something where I'm gonna get something tangible out of it in the end. But like with Space Marine 2, I love Space Marine. I love the 40K series. I wasn't gonna shell out the $90 for the collector's edition because unless I got the big boy one that had that statue of Lieutenant Titus,
Yeah,
I would have.
I
I
almost got it. Yeah.
oh I would have loved that statue. I love.
Say, I pre-ordered that when it was it was first announced.
Yeah, I
When
remember
I
you
had the
telling me
money,
that.
and then like 2 years later, I didn't have the money anymore, so I had to scramble to try to cancel that pre-order. Uh, but now
But
speaking
yeah,
of
like
Space Marine, the president actually gave a couple of like good examples for games, and Space Marine 2 was one of them. He's like, Space Marine 2, pulled off a successful game while being half the price to make.
yep.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to spend all this money on a game. You don't have to make it big and flashy
Yeah.
every time. Make it work. Have a good story, because that is what will grab a lot of people's attention.
Yes.
Like if it's like a lot of single player games, I don't even rephrase that. Every single player game needs to have a good story. Now, if you're gonna have a multiplayer game, like Call of Duty, Halo, and all that, where that's the main focus is the online mode. Make sure that everything works. I know that later on, you have class rebalances because new gear comes out or a new class comes out, and you have to balance around that. I get that. I encourage that. Make sure everything's balanced and fair.
don't
But
be and don't be stingy. Stop buying um easy anti-cheat. Build an in-house anti-cheat system into your thing.
or
Trust
buy
me.
or invest in an anti-cheat that actually
Oh.
works.
I'm sorry. That's the problem. The current market is extremely thin right now.
Yeah, no, like
Oh.
the one the anti-cheat I hate is Battle Eye. I hate that so much
Don't
because
get me
it
wrong.
never
Anti-cheat,
works.
easy anti-cheat does its job for the games that don't have massive high groups of people.
Hmm.
The problem is, the more the the bigger your audience is, the more likely you're going to attract the groups that are going to happily sell those anti cheats. And don't do what Dead by Daylight did. don't make your game free on Epic because people are going to run a bot, grab a billion accounts worth of keys, and then just sell those keys.
Yep.
Don't do that. Especially
Yeah.
if you're going to use easy anti-cheat.
So speaking of gaming practices, here I go off on a little tangent.
Go for it.
Sure.
So this is kind of like a follow we talked about, where how Square Enix is disappointed with the FF7 trilogy sales, and they blew so much money, make it look too damn good, and you need to buy these other games as fucking background research. Because I was thinking about nowadays it's kind of hard to play a game take place immediately after. And there's really one series that kind of does it and gets away with it. That's Yakuza. Because Yakuza, there's now, like, at least in the main timeline, there's 9 games that take place one after another. You can't pick up Yakuza 5 and not be lost. It's your first Yakuza game.
Yeah, no, you gotta start at the beginning.
The saying is, though, is that Yakuza, they have actually proper, like, customer practices. Because they bundled their games. They put them all on the Xbox Game Pass.
Yep.
Or they lower the price when our new game comes out. Like
they're incentivizing you to try the other ones first before you get into the new one.
Yeah, and they make it easy.
If you haven't played them.
Yeah, and they make it easier for you to do so. Because in 2020 we had both Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then 8 months later, it was Yakuza 7, Like a Dragon.
Yep.
And so, if you go on Steam right now, Final Fantasy VII Remake is still $60. Yakuza Like a Dragon is $20. The game that came out more recently, which should be cost more, but no, that's $20. Whereas FF7 is still at its launch price. So basically, with Rebirth Part 3 comes out, they're like, okay, please pay $70 for this game, but by the way, you need to pay another $120 to play 2 other games to know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, no, that's one of those things like I will check out is like if I have I don't mind. I actually like sequels because if it's a story that I'm interested in, and it ended somewhat open, I kind of want to see where it goes from there. And that's a good business practice. Have them begging for more. That's a valid strat when it comes to marketing and everything. Always have them begging for more, because you're always gonna have a customer base.
Hey, like Square, why is your 3-4-year-old game still sits full price? You're not at Nintendo.
Yeah, it's like I see like Call of Duty every now and again still going for fucking.
Oh god damn, yeah. What were you saying, Punky? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Let's actually take a dip into this a little bit, because if we're gonna talk about the game industry section, since this guy's like, oh, doomsaying again.
Okay.
No, let's take a dip. Let's take a dip in this section. So let's take something that came out about 2 years ago. Tilly had an extremely amazing example. Right now, while we're talking, up until let me go back and take a peek because I just had it up, so it won't take about a moment because it's only 3 clicks backwards. Right now, Yakuza 0 to the Song of Life is currently on sale in a bundle pack, and you're looking at about $50 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Yakuza 0 to Yakuza 6, Song of Life. Three of them being remasters. Song of Life, I think, is its own little. I think it was when they switched over to the Dragon system.
What sucks?
And then, what?
I hate it.
The Dragon. I like the Dragon system. It's what they used for Yakuza 0. I had a blast.
No, they used it for Kiwami too.
Okay.
But yeah, because I hated that combat system. But go on, I'll suffer through when I get the sits. It's fine. I still love the story.
The story's amazing. You have that's 7 games for $50. Now, contrast.
Very consumer friendly.
Let's say if I want to play the Pixel Remastered Collection. Right now, let's see here. None of it is on sale. They have brought the price down over time. I think it was a little more when it was first introduced into the on Steam. But you're still looking at like more than $60 for games that are, all things considered, considerably older. And now you did give it a fresh coat of paint. I will give you that. But you're looking at $74 for games that have a fresh. That all they got was a fresh coat of paint.
All those games should have been $10.
And you're making the most. You're making the SNES one, which probably required the least amount of remastering. Because it looks like you took. To me, it looks like you took the freaking DS sprites and just blew them up. But again, I can't say for sure because I'm looking at screenshots. And you're still selling it for like nearly $20. Like, Sega is going, I'm gonna print my own money with a really good series. Oh, here's a sale because we decided to talk about our like a like a pirate, because our little flagship boy who with the knives is gonna have his own little adventure. Yeah, let's have that dude.
I will say Goro Majima is a treasure.
He's an absolute treasure. But what about the side series, Lost Judgment? Boom, right there, also on sale, and it's only 2 years old. On sale right now, $20. The same price, like a game that's 3-dimensional. I think it's a port or the same time it got released. I cannot. Don't quote me on this one. This is actually a negative, a dark zone for me, so I don't know. But it's a 3-dimensional game. It's not a remastering, and yet here it is. Boom, $17.99, same price of getting Final Fantasy VI on PC right now. This is. I agree with Tilly. Right now, they should be on sale. A lot of franchises right now, because it's spooky time. A lot of people are like, "Hey, everybody else is doing sales. Let's go with this too."
Yeah, it's just like after the first year, your game shouldn't be $60, $70. Like it should. I think all games should literally like price drop every year to a certain point. Like to me, like 50% of the original price. Yeah,
or at least start participating. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was wiping up, but basically like say like every year just drop $5-10 until you get to like half of the original price and leave it at that or something. Yeah.
Or at least start participating in sales like you're supposed to, or at least like other studios do.
But again, that Final Fantasy Remake 3 is going to come out, and it's going to require you to play 2 games before that. But you need to pay $120 total to catch up with the story. Whereas each Yakuza game is like $20 or less. Yeah. Or you can just fucking get the Xbox PC pass. But yeah, it's like they're so consumer friendly. Should we go on to that topic?
Right.
Oh,
sure.
Yeah, you gotta go for it, because I could talk about Final Fantasy and my love and my struggles with it all day.
We're gonna have plenty of podcasts based around Final Fantasy, don't you worry. But this one's Square Enix and Final Fantasy adjacent, actually.
So what you got?
That.
What's up with him? Because I can't remember his name on top of my head, but I know what he's for. Oh. His art library. I remember that now. The fan-made library got shut down. Oh, I remember that.
Technically, you still have 3 days to go over there and see as much as you can. On October 31st, it is going to be shut down. And yeah, so if you want to like find because it had translated developer notes and art books and all the extra media. Apparently, it's a real expanding universe. Like not instead of just 2 free games, there is like novels. Like I have one of the novels. But yeah, and so if you want to really get into the universe, I kind of want to read it because I actually just want to find out, is there an in-lore reason why the girls are dressed like that? Like I understand, kind of a pervy developer, but was there an in-lore reason why they're wearing lingerie instead of armor or something? Yeah, like
You talking about the Automara? They're
Yeah,
androids.
Automara, but Replicant is even sluttier dressed than 2D.
Eh,
Yeah, look up.
eh.
It was a Conde or something. Her name.
Yeah,
I went.
Kane.
The problem is I haven't played the game, so I don't know more than just they're this,
Yeah,
and
she's
that's
even more revealing. Which I hear she might be trans, but still, it's like, why are they dressed like that though? Like, just because they're androids doesn't mean you need to dress them like fat material. But also this is not a topic on why on on arguing about the fan service. But
oops, not what I meant to
I
say.
was I just want to say, like, is there an in-lore reason? Just like a logical reason. Like okay, the apocalypse happened, everything blew up, but Victoria's Secret's still standing. And I'm just trying to figure out what's the reason. Like, is there logic behind the fan service? Because I remember this is some of that Twitter bullshit. But like, remember when people were like saying Angela from the Silent Hill remakes too ugly, so they're kind of trying to like slutty her up with mods. And I'm like, why would she be dressed like that in a graveyard outside of an abandoned town? Like, make the fan service make sense, you know?
Well, me and Tilly, me and you had a agreement, or maybe not an agreement, but we came into a conclusion. Is like, she looked like she ate like a handful of bees, and her face looked a little swollen.
Yeah, like I thought like in the original, because Angela, like, I'm not saying she ever should need to be sexualized in the first place, especially given the fact that she's an SA survivor.
Yeah.
But it's like they didn't need to uglify her either. It's like she was just fine.
We're just like, why did she look like she ate a handful of bees?
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, no, it's like. But yeah, people are literally trying to sexualize the SA survivor, but like it doesn't at least make it make sense. Like when they tried to glow up Aloy, it made it look like she's wearing all kinds of makeup and stuff. I'm like, that kind of makes sense. Because Aloy, she visits so many like villages and tribes, so she's kind of like this little celebrity. She's a hero.
Like, I would have been more okay
Much more
with
people
it
person.
with like if she had like remnants of like tribal paint on her face or something.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't. It's like, because I used to have some makeup for some of the cosplays and
Yeah.
would do, and it's just like I can't get the shit off.
But I say it's kind of the point of the tribal paint. But yeah, because Aloy is more of a people person. Angela lives is actually the only resident in an abandoned town.
Yeah.
But back to Nier, though, it's like, it's a shame that this gets shut down. It's mostly Square Enix's fault. Yoko Taro would have kept it up, if he could.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because he technically is a little more independent from Square. Like, they publish his games pretty much.
Yeah, I was about to say he's not a contractor though, but I know he has a little bit more freedom.
But yeah, it's like because I want to read the novels and stuff too. At some points, track down their books.
Can you download them, or can you only read them on the website?
I know because basically Square Enix likes to sell them on their website. But I don't know if all of them's on there, too. So it's like, apparently there's so much loose media, and this site really brought it all in. I was like, holy shit! This is a weekend,
And he even praised the archive. He thought it was really cool and really awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't learn about this guy until like I started digging into Drakengard, because I really liked the Drakengard battle system. And I thought, I was like, man, there needs to be a sequel to this. Not sequel to this. There needs to be another version of this. I'm a huge fan of the Dynasty Warrior style. I was like, oh, cool! I get to do Dynasty Warrior and Dragon Time. Sign me up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
when I played, unfortunately, it also follows the same thing of his own work. It is always a mindfuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard like Drakengard's like one of those series or where the game has multiple endings and they're all sad.
No, I will go on record that they're not all sad, but it is a game you will have to play multiple times, clear it multiple times to get the ending that resolves everything.
The true ending, quote unquote.
Yes, the true ending. Yeah, it's definitely gonna get the replay, but that is not a dig at it. It's actually it is a good thing about the game.
Well, it's kind of like what was, I can't remember if it was Replicant or Automata. It's like even after you finish it the first time, and then you do it again, you play as a whole different character. Like, I think the 2B you play as 9S.
Yeah.
And then after the third time, then I think you play as Kane, I think. And it's like you have to beat it. You basically have to beat 4 games to get the final ending of the actual game itself.
Yeah,
Like as a game as a whole.
But yeah, rest in peace, Acorns Library, and
Yeah.
us
Yeah,
and Yogotaro. Thank you. Yeah,
well, it's still up right now. As
I said
we
you got till the
speak of-
31st. Yeah.
Yep. You
Yeah.
got till Halloween.
Get in there. If you need icons for
Screenshot every
characters, for your roleplay characters, or you just want some cool icons for your Steam profile or whatever, if you want to enjoy the lore and all that fun jazz, this would be a great chance to dig into it.
Yeah. Get in there,
It's
screenshot everything, and read it later.
150 pages of art to dig through.
Yep.
I'm rounding up, mind you. Really get in there. And these things always look amazing.
Guys, a couple sci-fi topics now. Y'all know that meme of this astronaut looking at the Earth and the astronaut pointing a gun to the back of his head?
Yep.
Well,
What do I got here?
Shattered Space.
Okay.
I don't know about that one. What?
So what's the news about the Shattered Space? A friend of mine plays Starfield, but I don't, unfortunately.
well, yeah, so, Starfield was an epic fail, and then we started getting trailers for Shattered Space, and it looked like a whole new game, and stuff like that, and, it was giving the game some hope, and whatnot, So Shattered Space finally dropped, and it completely sucks.
That is extremely unfortunate.
So, in a way, this is going to be their Phantom Liberty, like Cyberpunk. But nope, this also sucks. So, yeah, they literally failed on every attempt. Yeah. Poor Starfield.
An attempt was made.
Yeah. They were able to salvage, Fallout 76 and whatnot, but they couldn't salvage Starfield. No matter what kind of updates or changes you want to bring, apparently it always keeps sucking. Yeah. I'll probably play it for the lulz. Oh boy. Just because I can be like the big buff, like non-binary lesbian in space or something. Yeah. It's like basically strike free because you had the initial drop, then like the next update, like we got moon buggies now, and then Shattered Space, and it's like the third strike. Speaking of circling back around, our next topic is basically rubber band back to our first topic of the podcast.
Shop Citizen again.
Yeah.
What they do now?
Like,
why does that slug have a beard?
Well, the game started back in 2013 or something. And they're like, we should have the game done in another 2 years. Basically, like, end of 2026 is what they're shooting for. Holiday season 2026, I think. And so, yeah, but we're good. In order to get to that point, we need more money of your money. Please donate more Kickstarter, whatever the fucking we need to do.
Second wave Kickstarter. I remember.
We're guilt tripping the fans, like we can't get this done unless you help us reach that final goal. So yeah, they're demanding more money. I think it's been like 800 million or something. Like,
yeah, no, they've made enough.
So essentially, if this game is officially released, then it overtakes Concord for the most expensive waste of money. And also, here's a new update. Apparently now those who pre-ordered the game 10 years ago for the best ship, those ships are now obsolete. And according to this recent update. So yeah.
That's a true.
So they're like, we need basically 2.5 more years of polish is what they're asking. And they're also asking for 2.5 years more for more your money.
Good God.
Yeah, no.
I know someone would put like $1,000 into this game, support this game.
I am so glad I learned about this game from Thor from Pirate Software.
Yeah.
And because he is like, this isn't a game, this is a shop. And
your store.
It's basically a store, and now every time he has to bring it up, he calls it Store Citizen.
Yeah.
And that's why I adopted it. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, no, this is just 7 shades of bad.
and it's unfortunate because it's
Almost 17 years of that.
it would have been a nice competitor against the other big star giant. It would have been a nice because healthy competition is good. That and unfortunately they have hit that it's not healthy anymore. It's now a cancerous game. It's not bringing positive to the game. It's taking away from itself. So you're running into the risk of just how deep do you want to dig this hole?
Yeah.
And
Man.
and it's none of the players who wanted to play fault. People who have dumped a lot of money to either be inside of a game, be part of a game, have a name a boss,
Yeah.
design a boss, just have your names in the credits. Everybody wants to
This game
be
is more
part
fan
of
than
big,
original at this point.
and we've hit this giant threshold of where do you need to stop? And players of Star System, like, hear me out. They have taken you for the ringer.
A big ride.
They are no longer aiming to make a game. They just want your money.
Like 800
Step away.
million, that, you can actually fucking buy a space shuttle with that. A real
I'm
space
actually
shuttle.
I am looking up their Kickstarter right now.
I'm
I'm
looking
looking
up
at
the
their
price
old. I'm looking up their old Kickstarter. I'm assuming this is the old one. I'm double checking to see if this is the old one. I'm making sure I'm not looking at the
Okay.
new one or the other. No. Okay. So yeah, this is the Kickstarter for over nearly 15 years ago. Again, I round up in fives. One of the biggest pieces of the beautiful puzzle you could buy, and about 9 out of 10 bought this. Oh no, so one person bought this. Wing Commanders dropped 10 grand to name your spaceship after you if you want. There's quotation marks there. Like, there's people who wanted a space game to compete with EVE Online, and I wholeheartedly want that to succeed. But now you're and this is not including any other money they've gotten from outside of that, any additional paints or ships or whatever, other game packages that people have bought. Like, don't. If they're gonna have to sit on their hands right now and do what they can left. Do not give them another cent if you can avoid to do so. I don't think the game is subscription based as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
They have.
Like,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh no, I was reading barely if you all the way back in the day, space shuttle would go for like 440 something million. Nowadays, with inflation, all that, it's like 10 billion a space shuttle. But still, you could buy back in the day. You could have bought 2 fucking spacecraft with the money that's been sent to this game.
Yeah.
Go on.
As much as you want your shiny, really powerful ship, don't get me wrong. Everybody wants to have their power trip. I don't blame anyone. That's what cheat codes are for. When you have your own little solo game and you're cheat coding, so you have like some really powerful gear or whatever. More power to all of you, each and every one of you. But don't drop $600 for a new ship. Don't even drop $300 for a new ship. And I'm literally naming the prices of the top 3 ships I'm looking at.
Don't drop more than $60 for this game.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to get into the Star System, no, I'm not gonna blame you. You want to play a game that that's not EVE Online. You wanna step away from that. More power to you. But anybody who's currently playing it right now, not a single cent. Do not give them another dime. Don't let them guilt trip you into throwing another cent at you. Buy your paints. Well, that's fine. Get your bling on. Get your paints. Go for it. But for all that is holy and everything else, do not give them another dime for another ship. Do not give them another dime to finish development. Put them on the block. Make them do their work because they are making you do work to even enjoy the thing you should have been enjoying ages ago. This game has had more than enough time to get development, have its own engine being built. I don't even know what engine it's on right now. If it's on its own engine, kudos to them. I always support that because that's it's a tough thing to do. But if I look up what engine this is on, and if it's on Unreal 5, I'd have lost my mind. It's on the Star engine. It's a refactored version of the Cry 3 engine. Okay. Well, that's ouchies. Uh, okay, so it's a little in-house, probably a little not in-house. You chose Cry 3. That's
That bad?
ooh, that is the engine you chose. It's old now. Or any GPU now can handle the Cry 3 engine.
You mean from Crysis? I used to hear that was a computer killer back in the day.
Yeah, I always heard.
It was just because it wasn't optimized.
I was always told if you want to benchmark your PC, run Crysis 3 on ultra setting.
See, Punky has a mouth for her tail. That's how she can keep going and going on this rant.
I'm sorry. I can talk. I will.
I love you.
I'll reel it in.
You got enough for the last 3 topics, though? Okay.
Absolutely.
Speaking of shitty developers, let's talk. What's a game that came out and lasted even lesser than Concord?
Oh, I know this one, but my brain is.
Oh God, I'm drawing.
Show us the image.
I'm
Bring us to the hint.
You want the image?
Yes, please. Yeah. I'll remember it. Unless the name's in it. Then
Yeah,
we'll
it's in
know.
it.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. I'm looking at backup because I'm trying to remember. Is it the one I think it is? Because there was three survival games that I had on my radar.
Yeah.
The Day Before was one of them. There's another one that's a post-apocalyptic. You are the survivor. You are not the guy who's shooting at things. You're dodging the guys who shoot at things. And the other one was one that was kind of a sci-fi version of Tarkov, where you sometimes get to play the monster. And I was like, that is good times. All right, but digressing. The Day Before. Go ahead, Tilly.
The devs want to come back.
Really?
Yeah,
Excuse?
We want to come back to making games again. It's like the shit you pulled. That was like gaming war crimes, you know?
Wasn't it just like a not game?
I mean, I can remember there was like a lot of money to it and stuff like that. Then the game came out for like a day, and then it just completely disappeared, and then the developers disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah, it was a basically snatch and run.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah,
it was a scam. The day before you were scammed. So yeah, they're like, we want to return back to game development again.
Finish your okay. Then here's what they have to do: finish your game. For anybody who still owns it in their, and unfortunately owns it in their Steam library, finish that game. Prove us that you want to do this stuff, because I guarantee nobody's gonna give you any more money. If they find out you even remotely attached to it, like anybody else,
all that money.
If anybody finds out you're attached to another project, you're toast, extra toast.
Blacklisted.
Finish the game you promised to pay other people. You wanted to bring a what's it called? The Rainbow Six survival one. It's pretty decent. Tom Clancy's
Rainbow Six.
Divided. Division. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm really bad with names. People already know this.
That's the game where you can play like 20 hours and get a fucking hat.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a friend of mine is enjoying it. So again, if they're enjoying it and they're having fun, I don't care how much grind you want to do. If you're having fun, go for it. And I go with this: if you want to make your own version of Tom Clancy's the Division, and you want to do it better, you better do it better. Go finish your game. You claim that what you want to do, finish it then. Give us the zombie survival horror thing with cars. We'll play it, but you got to make sure you get it done.
They basically did the exact opposite the Cyberpunk team did. Oh man.
Yeah.
So
I forgot all about that, man.
What, the day before or Cyberpunk?
The day before, man. I forgot all about that happening.
Yeah, because they ghosted. You know, they didn't stick around at all. But like, hey, we want to come back. Why don't you take us seriously? What?
It's like, oh, you want to come back, huh? How about you refund all that money from from everybody you took?
Like,
Yeah.
it is probably one of the few games on the IGN website that actually has a score lower than 4. It is sitting on a 1 as we speak.
Yeah, because I've heard stories of people like leaving productions halfway, just taking all the money with them. Yeah. But
And that's what everybody thought No Man's Sky was gonna do, but no, what they did is they took the time and they fixed the game.
yeah. So it's like, I'm kind of wondering what motivated them to come back. Like, did that money dry up or something? It's like, dude, if you pull something like that, you better go get a new job, like work at a fucking grocery store or something, because you blew up your career.
It definitely felt like a bait and switch, and now they're gonna. I'm assuming they're gonna try to bait and switch again. So the only way they can redeem themselves, they have to finish the development of the game, and they're gonna do it on their own with their own 2 hands. They are gonna have no chance of any other game to get that has their name attached to it to get any traction.
It's one of those things like, oh, you want to prove that you're sorry? Beg.
Yeah.
Show us that you're willing to be
I want you on your hands and knees, and I want you begging for forgiveness.
Oh man, the day before your redemption. Oh man. Good luck, I guess. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say is good luck. You're gonna need it.
So
I feel like
next step.
I feel like what was his name in Batman? You're wanting to take on the most powerful man in all of Gotham. Just on a hunch. Good luck.
but like, so this one, I think it's a very simple story, but I think the image might trigger both of you for different reasons.
Oh yeah. Oh God, it's hideous.
Yeah.
Oh God, there's a slug there too. Dear God, Tilly, trying to give me a heart attack, woman.
This doesn't really give me enough context for me to figure out what the topic is, other than it's Epic Games and money.
Tilly, you have the wheel.
Exactly, Punky. Epic Games, like, they're like, we're profitable now, and they're basically bragging. They're like, we're doing good right now.
Yeah, they're humble bragging now.
Yeah, we're humble bragging, like, oh, we did good. We're now competitor. We're making profits. Like, shit's good right now. We're in a great place. They're just patting themselves all on the fucking back.
They're sucking their own dicks right now.
Yeah, it's like we talk about that humble money, it's shit like that, and then indenturing game studios. Mm-hmm. But like, hey, all's good, Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the day where they think they can step up to Steam and Lord Gaming's toes. I'm like, oh, let me get my popcorn. I want to watch this burn.
Bucky, what are your thoughts?
It's Epic Game Store. Dude, if you want me to do, I will put a timer on. Epic Game Store took games away from me, games I wanted to play, and said, "Hey, we're gonna bring it over to here, and we're not gonna tell you till 30 days. Was it 30 days? No, it was. I think it was a week, 2 weeks, 2 weeks before the game launches. Cool. I will bail. Your favorite franchise that you thoroughly enjoy, Alan Wake. Oh yeah, we're gonna take that away too. We're gonna put it on our store. Oh, your friend who lost his account and can't reclaim it. Oh well. They have a laundry list of issues. I tried their crappy store back at the first days. You want to buy more than one game? No, it's a purchase every time. Nope. Nope. That was the first thing that got me to uninstall it. And now they're like, nah, you want to play Space Marines? Yeah, we're gonna install this in here anyway. Thanks for asking me.
Okay, in their defense, they did make Steam and Epic, or not Epic, but Relic. They came out with their reasoning why they did that is so that way they can actually have cross-platform go between Steam and Epic.
I do not care.
I know.
It was installed. It was not asked about. It was not asked. I was not given an alert that I am adding additional software. No, I was not, and it was not on the store page. Like I agree with a lot of other people. Thankfully, I was able to uninstall it and rootkit it the fuck out. By the way, if you have an Epic service game, you got rootkit on you. Don't believe me? Go check yourself.
I believe you. By the way, next week you're giving out Ghostwire Tokyo.
My irritation comes from the fact that with this most recent update, I can't generate an invitation code to play with somebody on Xbox, which I was one patch beforehand. That's what irks me. So no, Epic can go blow it on multiple levels. And that took me about nearly 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. 2 minutes, 0.32 seconds. At a stopwatch. Okay, so on to our last topic. With a thumbnail I think we can all kind of chuckle at.
I'm sorry, I was a grumpy.
That's good.
It's all good.
Okay, well, someone grumpy in this picture. Final one.
Movie?
Yeah.
Is it the Gods of War 1, Gods of War 2, Gods of War more recent? I would love to know. Fill me in.
Yeah, it's the more recent iteration.
Awesome. I like his change of character. I love his character development. Surprisingly, his own creator does not like his own character development, which blows my mind. Yeah, no, he I don't remember which one of it was, but one of them was like, he would rather just go back to just Kratos just being Kratos. I'm like, but he has character development now. Why would you want to go? Why would you throw away all that goodwill? I'll have to look that up to get that little bubble. But no, that sounds like a great idea. A God of War movie sounds like fun.
So who are they going to get to play Kratos, or is it just this is just announced and no one's been cast yet?
There actually been 2 rumors that sound completely ridiculous.
Okay, let's hear it.
I want Jack Black, because why not?
I was about to say, if you say Jack Black, so help me.
Huh. I'm trying to think. But no, Tom Holland was a choice.
No.
And The Rock. But, like, Rock's too old now.
The Rock is a little, like, he has the build, I will admit.
Yeah. But,
like, maybe they can do what they did with Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, or get Triple H to do it. He literally is twin.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So reportedly, Amazon's working. I'm not sure if it's a show or, but I think it's a movie, and apparently they've had to completely restart the whole movie. Yeah, so they had a movie in production or something, and now they're just starting again from scratch.
Well, I do know he's getting an episode on that show that I told you about,
Yeah.
that Concord and Warhammer have an episode for, and apparently the episode for Warhammer is a continuation of Titus's story.
Oh, that's cool. But yeah. So essentially, yeah. Amazon. Hopefully they don't fuck it up. Because apparently they had to restart the whole fucking live action movie.
The problem is they have a kind of a spotty record when it comes to releasing stuff like this.
Yeah, because they do have a very spotty record.
Some are hits.
Yeah.
Some things are hits, I will admit, and then others were like, "What did you think? What were you thinking?"
Yeah, I got nervous about the Warhammer thing. It's like there's no way you could recreate this in live action.
No, and from what I've been hearing, Amazon and Henry are not coming to any agreement. And from what I hear, if they don't come to an agreement or meet in have some form of middle ground by December, the project is canceled.
I'd rather that be the case because he's a good fan. He's a good fan.
Yeah.
And he wants to bring a fan adventure to fellow fans. And I can understand that passion. And if he can't, and if the problem is like, yeah, we need to make the Imperium marketable, that's a hard sell.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like, if Amazon's going to him, it's like, you need to tone all this back. It's like, if I do this, you lose all the people who are going to put money in it in the first place.
Yep.
It's like, because Amazon merely has joined the left side, because they're like, we don't want Sisters of Battle, they're too religious, we don't, we don't want Sisters of Silence, because they don't talk, so that's why they made the Custodies female, allegedly. And so like is basically is the Warhammer project gonna fail because of politics or because his production would be too fucking wild, or
I
both.
think it'd be a little column A and a little column B.
Yeah, like
even if they even if they focus on the blueberries and the Imperium as a whole, it's a very, very narrative.
yeah,
So their biggest hurdle, like like the Space Marine movie, the Space Marine series with the Salamanders was a great way of doing it. That was a great way of showing, salamanders that care.
Paranexus.
Sorry, the salamanders, Space Mariners that care. Blueberries don't care. They
Oh,
really don't. You are very expendable in the eyes of an Ultramarine. Very
Yeah.
expendable. You are an asset. You are only an asset if you were told by like some dude. If like you won't get off that planet unless you take like a pile of people. It's like okay, I'll do it. I guess. That is how a Space Marine will see. Normal Space Marine will see.
Other than the salamanders, every Space Marine will look at human and look at them like they are lesser, because in the grand scheme of things, humans are lesser than Space Marines.
because I've seen like Crimson Fist and even the Space Wolves have been more pretty kind to humans.
Yeah, the Space Wolves actually wanted to, actually went to war with the Inquisition because of what happened on Armageddon.
But yeah, so honestly, it would probably best to do animated series, just not like GW does things. Yeah,
No.
like do what GW did, but right. Because Paranexus is a good freaking movie, and hey, it stars the Salamanders, trying to keep some people alive.
Apparently, that Sister of Battle,
Yeah.
and for some reason it credited it as Angel of Death,
Uh-huh.
but the Sister of Battle, from what I have read, is the voice actress who was the voice of Minthara in Baldur's Gate.
That's good. I can hear it.
I was like, okay, cool. I like Minthara.
But
Right.
let's see here. Not sure
But
we
yeah,
get to play
that's
Kratos. Being honest,
I still say get the guy, do what they did for for Sweet Tooth.
yeah.
You could have the Rock play the body part, but have like the guy who voiced Kratos in the new games do the voiceover.
Not sure that could work, but hey.
I mean, it's
and
basically dubbing, but
it never really looks like Kratos is getting too old.
I know.
Is there any current popular wrestlers that would be a good choice?
Oh, wrestler wise.
Well, yeah, because they.
I haven't watched.
If they got some
years.
sort, because I'm not gonna not to bash any WWE fans or anything, but you do aside from the athletic things and all that, they have to be good actors because.
Oh no,
Yeah,
everybody knows. Everybody knows it's a show. It's a very physical show, but it's a show nonetheless.
Yeah,
It has to be somebody who's got the chops to act.
Yeah, because Cena could, but he doesn't look like Kratos. But he's bulky and can act. So he's kind of.
I like Tilly's idea. Have Triple H do it.
Triple H would be kind of perfect for it. And
How?
well, Triple H is like probably pushing 55.
Okay.
But yeah, and he's got a bad heart now. But
yeah, if it's Daddy Kratos, yeah, somebody in the upper echelon is okay. I mean, if it's early days Kratos, you obviously would need a younger actor.
Yeah, and they want to do Daddy Kratos.
Yeah, if they're one.
Then you could get away with like anybody across. Even The Rock would not be a bad choice. The problem is that Kratos is very Spartanish, so your range of what they can look like kind of gets trimmed down for the people who would be
yeah, 'cause he's Greek.
purist, the best way to describe it.
He's Greek. You gotta have the Greek physical traits.
Yeah, because look at Triple H here. Fuck it up.
I mean, it's pretty close. I'm not gonna lie. Put him in ash paint. Give him some red lines. Boom.
Yeah.
There's his physique and stuff.
Yeah, he got the body and he's got that real like iron beard that Kratos has. And I say iron beard, like one of those really thick beards that don't move.
Yeah.
Like Triple H has that.
What a... Now, this might be a bad picture of him, because... I'm assuming this is who I'm looking at. Because I've been out of the WWE loop for ages. So you'll have to excuse me if I'm not completely certain of who I'm staring at here. Actually, you know what? If I copy the image and send it to you guys can tell me who this is.
Maybe.
Here's a good comparison photo of Triple H. Oh, it's Roman Reigns.
Oh, Roman Reigns. Yeah, no.
No?
No.
Even if he shaved his head?
No, Roman Reigns doesn't. I don't think he'd be able to do it and I know why, I know WWE is trying to capitalize on the success like The Rock had, and they were trying to want Roman to follow the same path.
Okay.
But I think Triple H would be a much better fit than Roman.
Okay. Again, I will lean on your guys'...
Roman's also Pacific Islander ancestry.
I mean, if you cover him in the white paint, you might be able to, but...
How about this guy for Thor? If it's based in the same area, how about... Oops. I meant
Kevin Owens? Yeah, I can see him being 4.
Good.
You know, I don't even see a picture.
Maybe make him about 2 feet taller.
I mean, that's post stuff. That's not big of a
Kevin
deal.
Owens grew his hair a little bit. I can see
for...
him doing 4.
Like, if memory serves, Thor in that game powered over Kratos.
Oh yeah, but that's just movie magic changes. That's not big of a deal.
I talk about it in the game. Like if I could, like I never did play the new God of Wars and everything. But
I plan to. It's again on the list.
Or like Thor powered over Kratos.
All I problem is I hear it's yet another bad Sony PC port. So.
Really? I'll have to ask my friend because he played it, and I don't think he had major issues with it.
Okay, because I know Sony PC ports are very hit and miss, just like what I experienced with Until Dawn.
I will ask him again today and see where he stands with it.
But yeah, I get it. Like Triple H just lives fucking Kratos. I just give me these pictures, comparisons.
Yeah, I can see it. It just it's. Wow, I really see it. Holy smokes, yeah.
The only real difference I'm seeing, Kratos' nose is more straight down, while Kratos has that arc to it.
Yeah, he probably had a bust a few times too over the years.
I don't know how many times.
But
Yeah, no, it's almost like he's looking into a mirror right there.
Oh.
But yeah, I think Triple H would be a great fit for Kratos if they did cast. If they're doing a live action movie for God of War.
Oh, here's a little rumor, but apparently Triple H might have been a character model for a Call of Duty character.
I believe it. I mean, he has acted before.
Yeah.
He was in Blade Trinity.
Yeah. I know. I think most of the movies he's done were just like for favors for Vince. You know, he did 2 movies, particularly because Batista kind of left the company. Like, Vince, he started his 2 movies for me. Yeah, oh man. But
all right.
Either way, though, so the Warhammer project, I think, is not likely going to happen.
I think it's cooked. It's basically got a month, or it's got 2 months. It's basically, from what I heard, if they don't come into agreement before New Year's Eve, it's done.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. I would rather Henry is was passionate about it. He wants to do a lore friendly one, and obviously let's be fair, that's very hard to market for more generalized market.
Yeah, our market's not ready for Warhammer.
No.
I think it would be easier I would think it would just be easier to just do a kind of like how they did Space Marine. Just sit down and just release a thing, and just not, or just take the hit and just release it. Just trust in Henry. See if he can do it.
But yeah, who knows? I think
it's kind of like in the same vein with him and The Witcher. It's like he was so passionate about the story because he knew the lore about it because he read the books.
Yeah. So it's like he ain't gonna sign on. He ain't basically doing that shit again.
No.
And then with God of War, I mean, I think it's a little harder to fuck up, so I'm a little positive on that one.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, we do have Dragon Ball Evolution, and when the source material is right there in front of you, so
uh,
yeah.
yeah, that's just a whole different story. But the fact they didn't reset the movie, I don't know, because then again, that was kind of what happened with the Borderlands movie, like 18 producers.
That's too many.
You should have more than
That
one.
felt weird. That felt very weird. I haven't got a chance to watch it. I don't know if it's gonna be any good. I don't know if it's gonna be bad.
I'll give it a 5.
Hey,
That,
even mediocre movies can be fun. So,
Yeah.
well, I'll cross that bridge when
Like,
I get there.
like if you liked
that's,
these shitty game movies of the 2000s, you'll like it.
that's one of those situations.
Super
where
Mario Brothers.
there was too many chefs in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
or like the early Resident Evil movies and stuff like that. Basically, it's a lot like that.
They're all real campy.
And anyway, it can't be like a lot of stuff does not make sense. It's not like the source material. You know, and it should have been rated R. You know, like, and some characters are like the casting was all wrong, and some characters are like there for a cup of coffee and they're gone. You know, so basically, like every bad decision was made, every wrong decision was made on that one.
I'll give it a watch just to knock it out because I promised myself I was like, you know what,
It is worth
I'll
a
give it a watch. One of the actresses in the movie is someone I actually appreciate the support that she gives to the community. So
Yeah.
I think I might as well.
Some actors are great, it's just miscast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been miscast, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll watch it anyway.
It was like when me or Tilly were talking about the Borderlands movie.
Uh,
Kevin Hart.
I think like the combined ages of the cast was like over like 300.
Yeah, you mentioned that it was like 300 years old from the combined age of the cast. I'm like,
Yeah.
No, get
Yeah,
younger people.
because like Lilith is played by a 55-year-old when her character is like 22.
Yeah, it's like get young people to play these roles, you know. Get
Yeah.
get new names out there. You
And
know?
Kate, what was it? Kate Beckinsale or not Kate Beckinsale? Never mind. But the actress who played Lilith, she's like, I only took the role because I was just tired of being stuck inside because of COVID. So
Yeah,
she
no,
wasn't even passionate about it, you know.
Yeah, no, those like movies should be a passion.
Yes. Oh man. But anyways, I think
Yes,
we've been passionate
onward.
about this podcast. We've been going for 3 hours.
Has it been that long?
Yeah. We started around 4. Oh man.
I do not envy you having to edit all this.
What's editing?
Yeah. Okay. If I'm not lazy, I'll give it out in a couple days. Okay, but I was about to, start shooting shit, but like, let's just end the podcast first, then we'll shoot the shit.
Yeah. Let's
Duh.
take this in
We'll,
the butt real quick.
we'll see you in the next news. I guess the quick overview. Okay, so Star Citizen, you fail.
Again.
Okay, Sega, Nintendo, stop fighting, knock it off.
I like the fighting though.
Sure, it's funny though. Okay. StarCraft first-person shooter. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Ubisoft.
I'm watching this ship burn and I'm eating the popcorn.
Well said. Dragon Ball. Still doing the same shit like 25 years later, and they're on top still.
I mean, if it's broke, don't fix it, right?
Yep. And Pokemon League. So Game Freak's mad. Halo Studios. Their ship was broken. They're trying to fix it. Don't spend over $500 for a PS5.
Yeah, fuck scalpers.
So, Concord, good luck. And,
Annapurna.
yep. It's like, shame on the company for being idiots.
Nice
and good
while
luck
it
to
lasted.
all those devs.
Nice while it lasted.
Yep. Hopefully some of those projects do come out. Let's see here. Until Dawn movie, don't cast Jack Black. Halo and Fortnite, enjoy your new camera angles. FIFA, hopefully you go in a better direction now that you're away from EA. Let's see here. Metaphor, keep raking in that cash, darling. Fuck the Twitter. Bandai Namco, don't be surprised if there's a revolt. You know, once they break out of those expulsion rooms.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Suicide Squad. Again, it's like a burning car wreck. You can't look away.
Just let it die
Yeah,
already.
Yeah.
hey, I'm willing to give them a chance because they're still working on the game, making sure things are fixed.
I like
I
it.
mean,
It's been on prolonged life support.
Yeah, like they were
it's the
hemorrhaging like
inevitable.
$100 million like a month or something. But I know I liked the initial story. It's just once it get to the end, like you should just kill Brainiac then roll credits. It's once we came to do like a live service, like ongoing, stretched out thing. That's where it fucked up. Should have been
Yeah.
a contained story with DLC characters. Anyways, uh,
look forward.
rest in peace, Cord Library. You know, so Yoko Taro, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Starfield. And yeah, David Ford. Good luck on the redemption arc. I
You're
will.
gonna need it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Epic Games, go to hell.
Yeah, like oh man. I wonder how they're gonna be like a year from now.
Good luck stepping up to Steam. You're gonna die.
Yeah. And please do Kratos right with his movie. You know. I'm shocked we haven't had a God of War
I'm
movie.
tired of seeing video game movies crash and burn when the source material's right there in front of you.
Yep. Okay. Alright. See you in the next news, darling. Love you so much.
Y'all take care.
Bye bye.